Hello. I swear one of these days I'll learn how to do this right. Helps if you push the go live button. I've been sitting here talking to myself for about 10 minutes. I'll wait for a little bit till people see the broadcast. Tell you what we're going to discuss today. A little bit of everything. Hi, Mayes. Can you hear me okay, Mayes? Is everything right sound and everything? Trixie, that girl. One of these days. Hey, Jimmy from the Bayou. That girl 77. Silent Troll. Today, what I want today I want to discuss is I was laying here half knocked out on cold medicine, half awake after Jimbo's live the other night, and I put Prayer Garden on just because I knew it was something I could fall asleep to. And as I was listening, I heard Andrew Hilts' voice. And if you haven't followed me for very long, you might not know that I was on Andrew's ass pretty hard for a while because he was using his son to get YouTube famous for cash apps and to pay his bills. And I couldn't stand it. And I don't want this to turn into a bash Andrew or a bash PG session because I know some of my viewers watch PG and like PG. My issue with her today, though, is why would you allow a known liar to be on panel? Same thing. If I have an issue with anybody being on a panel, it's the same thing. Why would you allow a known liar to be on panel? Some people, I swear the dogs are quiet all day until I go live. Some people will say, just a second. Some people will say, well, we wanted him to talk and see if he screwed up on anything. In my opinion, Andrew has zero to do with Summer going missing. Zero. The trip to Tennessee was only because he was an idiot. Only an idiot would drive all that way with all those kids and all the car and their furniture, unload it without having a house. It's as simple as Andrew's an idiot. And Andrew, you're welcome to come on panel in a minute after I play this and discuss this with me. Having a known liar on panel, to me, just muddies the waters more. It doesn't help anything. There's no reason to have a known liar on panel. So this was, let me get the link here. This was PG's panel from the 22nd. Here's the link to it. Go over and give her a view. Give her a like if you want to. Whatever. But that is the live that I'm going to be discussing. I'm gonna play it for you. Hi, China Doll. I'm gonna play it for you on my other phone, so you'll just hear the audio. And I'll start with the part that annoyed me the most, and then I'll go back if I have time. Trixie said AH was not even around when Summer went missing. Everything he says is ALI, secondhand knowledge. Yes, and someone's made up lies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. The stage is set up. Dawn B is on panel, PG's on panel, and Andrew's on panel. After it starts playing, put a one in the chat if you can hear it okay.
Did he mention maybe if Candace used his phone that day they were out? Because I'm kind of wondering.
He hasn't mentioned Candace using his phone at all.
Okay.
The echo is from them. Every time Don B gets on panel, he never mutes his mic, and it's always an echo. I don't know why somebody don't say, "Hey, Don, mute your mic," but they never do.
That's the whole reason why I thought they kept his phone for so long, is because maybe Candace texted someone on it or called someone on it. And
More setting the stage. So I'm laying in bed, half asleep, half awake, wonked out on some cold medicine, and I'm just, hearing this in and out.
Tied to some very bad people because of who you.
Start that over.
I'm kind of wondering.
He hasn't mentioned Candace using his phone at all.
Okay, because that's the whole reason why I thought they kept his phone for so long, is because maybe Candace texted someone on it or called someone on it. And
He's tied to some very bad people because of who he hooked up with. He went down the wrong path, and he has ties to some very evil people, as I'll put it, because I'm not allowed to say a lot about it because we're still going through the whole.
So right about then, my little one, I was like opening up, what? Andrew, what the hell are you doing now to your son?
Or garbage. But they probably kept it due to a different case due to the people he knows.
Okay, so those people don't have anything to do with the Summer Wells case.
As far as I know, I mean, they don't smell right, they don't look right, but
Hey, Tracy.
the timeline doesn't add up of when he started hanging with these people, is what I'm saying. And he owes these people a lot of money, and they're very dirty people.
So
About this time, I was like, what the fuck, Andrew? What the fuck are you doing? If that's true, you have no business putting your son's business out on YouTube like that. If it's not true, what the fuck are you doing?
can't say for certain that those people do not have anything to do with Summer's disappearance.
Yeah,
or what may have happened to Summer that day.
Well, but what I'm saying is that these people are dirty. They're grimy. They don't care who they reach out and touch, as long as they hurt you. And Hunter wound up getting in deep with these people a few months before.
Well, why would those people want to bother? Why would those people want to bother?
Right about here is when I woke up and said, what the fuck? Full awake now, full awake. Andrew, what the fuck are you doing? If these people are the people that you say they are, if they're that grimy and that dirty and that low life, what the fuck are you doing putting their business out on YouTube for them to harm your son or anybody even more? Your son lives in that community where you say these people are grimy and they don't care about reaching out and touching somebody. Your son lives in that community. His sisters live in that community. His mom lives in that community. Yeah, Pink Volo, he's doing that. He threw Hunter under the bus to try to be a YouTube star. This is not helping anything. It's not like he threw Hunter under the bus to solve the case. This is all bullshit. This has nothing to do with Summer's case. Bullshit. And who's he telling it to? PG and Don B, who are the most speculative of people. I'm trying to keep it nice. Folks who will run with anything. So that I was pissed about this point.
I mean, if those people were going to hurt somebody, they would have hurt somebody in Hunter's family, not somebody in the Wells family that has nothing to do with them. That don't make no sense.
We're listening to PG, Prayer Garden of America, and Andrew Hilts is on panel, and Don B is on panel. Andrew Hilts is Hunter from the Summer Wells case's father. You're right, Kim. Paisley, he's such a dirtbag. All for clicks and views and dollars. Absolutely, Kim. Hey, Chris, I need to know why the hell is he asking about me? I'm not sure. Just a second. I'm going to post this for Chris. Chris, if you want to come up. Chris in chat right now used to be a mod for Andrew, like one of his top mods, one of his, like, real close to Andrew. Another person that used to hate me, he blocked me from chats all the time. But Chris knows Andrew better than I know Andrew. So, thank you, Tracy. Anyway, we'll still keep playing this.
I understand that. It really doesn't. And I've done some research on these people, and These people are the lowest of low. They'll hit you hard. They'll hit you.
Again, what the duck, Andrew? How can you sit there and say that? If you know that, how can you sit there and put that on YouTube? I'm feeling a little bit better, Paisley. Thanks. How can you sit there and put that on YouTube, you fool? My only hope is it's typical Andrew bullshit, ITN, and it's just typical Andrew bullshit. That's what I can hope. But let's just say it's not typical Andrew bullshit. Let's say that this is true, that Andrew's telling the truth. What in the hell is he doing putting that on YouTube?
No matter what, and they don't care if it's a friend's family, your family, or anybody's family. They're going to try to hit you where it hurts the most.
And with you saying that, Andrew, let me ask you this. Do you know if those people by chance were at the swim hole that day with Hunter and Candace?
By chance, I'm not sure. But I also do understand.
Hi, Ashley.
As of recent developments, now, I haven't said anything on my channel, okay? So this is all exclusive to PG and you, all right? Is that the boy owes a hefty amount to certain people.
Andrew, what in the utter fuck are you doing? How can you get on there?
Hey.
Hey, Chris. How can he get on there and say that? I don't know. He just said that one comment that I sent you. I don't know what he's asking about you for. Because he's just weird. He's just a weirdo. I don't know. But did you just hear what he said? I'll rewind it. Listen to this.
Hunter and Candace?
By chance, I'm not sure. But I also do understand as of recent developments. Now, I haven't said anything on my channel, okay? So this is all exclusive to PG and you, all right? Is that the boy owes a hefty amount to certain people. But I'm not going to give the names out to, and they're very, very dirty. Very dirty.
He's saying Hunter owes a hefty amount to certain people. And he's putting it on YouTube. Yeah. I hope he's a liar.
He is. He doesn't know that I still talk to Allie.
And how can he even say it's true? How the hell can he put that on YouTube? Can you tell Allie what the hell he's doing?
Oh, I did.
I mean, what is your opinion of Andrew and Hunter's relationship? They didn't know each other, did they? Hardly.
No, he just started talking to him. He had him one summer, and then Hunter never wanted to go back.
Yeah.
And then they just started talking.
And that's what Andrew's brother, Ericon, said.
Mm-hmm.
About the same thing. But Andrew's on here again, using it as a get rich, be a star on here. It just amazes me. When I was sleeping when I heard this, and it took me a minute to wake up, and I finally woke up, and I was like, what in the hell? But yeah, I don't know why he asked about you. I think he asked about you.
The Hells Angels look beautiful.
He's saying these people that Hunter owes money to, the Hells Angels look beautiful compared to them. If that's a lie, fuck you, Andrew. If that's not a lie, fuck you double, Andrew, because you're just putting everybody's life in danger if what he says is true. But yeah, I don't think it's true.
It's not true. If it was true, he really just put his son's life in danger.
He absolutely did, and he don't give a shit. This goes on for 2 more hours. This whole PG's chat goes on for 2 more hours. And the questions and the speculation and the comments get ridiculous. Just get blown completely stupid. Completely stupid. But you're welcome to stay up here while I play this if you want. And you can tell me pause if you want to add a comment. Your part's coming up here in a second.
That's how bad these people are. And as for Iris, I know where Hunter is now. And that's due to his mother's faulty and not his own.
So Hunter is safe right now?
Yeah, very.
Okay.
Or he was until Andrew spouted off his mouth.
I called the DNA because I wanted to call in a favor to get my son clear and safe.
Again, the echo's on their part.
And they won't do it without knowing he's bloodline line with DNA.
Chris, do you remember early on when Andrew produced that paper saying, here's the DNA proving I'm his father?
Yes.
I remember that too. He's saying now that never happened.
What?
Yeah, he's saying he wants a DNA test now for Hunter.
Papers. So, with general denial from Tennessee State saying I cannot have DNA done, I can't call in a favor.
Okay. I just
And there he just said he was going to call in a favor to the DA. But because he doesn't have a paper saying he's Hunter's father, he can't call in a favor.
Well, Constance Sue, what happened with my son was when his father had to start paying child support and visitation. They had to get a DNA test done.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure that I have a screenshot of Andrew producing the DNA from Hunter when he was 6 months old. He said, "Here, from 6 months old, I've known."
Yep.
Kim, yeah, we know Allison is no Susie Q either. Yeah, we know. We know. But the fool actually thought he could call in a favor with the DA. I mean, that's right there's bullshit. Let's listen.
if you're making it sound like those people are that bad,
They are.
and maybe they went to hang out with Hunter at the swim hole that day. I'm just
But that's the thing. The only one that would know is Hunter and whatever was on his phone that has to do with them.
okay.
So, I mean, Hunter ain't said nothing about it. He's even leery about even saying
Hey, Frosty.
anything to me about it. And he usually tells, listen, I'm going to keep it straight. He told me when he lost his virginity. What position, how he did it? Oh, freaking 9.
And again, I was like, what the fuck? Andrew, nobody gives a shit. Why are you putting your son's business out there like that? For fuck's sake. Oh.
You know what I mean? So this boy has no secrets when it comes to dad. But he's hiding that aspect because he knows he screwed up and he knows his dad's going to bail him out.
So right there, he's saying he's hiding that aspect and he knows he's screwed up and dad's going to bail him out. Now, what he's talking about is this owing money to people. But you know, everybody in this chat and everybody on YouTube is going to hear that and think that Andrew's talking about Summer's case.
Yep.
I was pissed.
No matter what it takes.
I mean, is Hunter, as far as you know, is Hunter even still a thing at
Hey,
all
Mo.
in the Summerwells
Ash.
investigation?
As far as I know, Hunter is not. And I can't go any further with that because that has to do with what's currently going on.
He can't go any further with that because he don't freaking know. Nobody talks to him. He's not included.
Exactly.
He's not a part of Hunter's life. He's not a part of Hunter's life. Yeah.
Do you remember when he was saying early on that he pressed charges against Candace
Yes.
for having a relationship with Hunter?
Yes.
That was bullshit. He says now, nobody's still contacting me about it. But if you were serious about it and you really pressed charges, wouldn't you be calling up?
Absolutely.
He's such a liar.
Yep. I think I got a clip of him on that Crime Lines and Lies where he was saying, well, I went to Sullivan County and pressed charges and Sullivan County told me this. And then somebody said, wait a minute, you would have had to gone to Hawkins County to press charges.
Yep,
because it happened in Hawkins County. Yeah. He got busted in that line. Okay, let's listen.
Oh, they bleed into each other in a certain way involving a certain someone.
No, they bleed in a certain way as in where his next move is going to be.
Oh my
I have
God.
to be careful on what I say on YouTube whole 9 because all my things are being monitored due to the fact that I'm on YouTube.
Yeah.
Due to the fact that you're not supposed to be speaking on it, due to the fact that, you're not supposed to be speaking on it. He thinks as he goes on Prayer Garden's channel that nobody's going to, whoever's monitoring Hunter in his custody is not going to see it. And they might not. So I hope that Allie sees this and turns it over to whoever the hell she needs to.
I sent it to her.
Good.
It really, I mean, it really raised red flags on Candace, coming at Hunter, trying to, what I would consider doing witness intimidation.
That's exactly what it is.
Of course you would, Don B. Of course you would, because you are going to play it in that card. Candace come over to talk to Hunter to see what the cop said would be natural. I would say, I would naturally went over to Hunter and say, well, what did you guys talk about? Just had a conversation. Doesn't necessarily mean it was witness intimidation. It might have been witness intimidation. It could have been, but why are we assuming that it was witness intimidation? Because Don B assumes the worst.
Why would he just randomly show up after he spoke to the cops and put them the hell out and wanting to see his phone and wanting to know what the hell he told the cops?
Right.
Well, I think it's actually, Candy showed up. Someone came up missing Tuesday, June 15th. Candy showed up at Allie's house on Thursday, the 7th.
The day before I found out.
Questioning Hunter. So, here's my thing. Is Candace has a missing daughter of 2 days.
Yep.
It's more important for her to run over and harass a 15-year-old boy than it was for her to find her fucking daughter. Right?
No, not right. You're assuming, PG. You're assuming he harassed her. And like somebody said up here, he said he didn't harass her. I can't find the comment now. It's probably back up there. But yeah. Why are we assuming that? We're assuming the worst just because.
You got a point.
Exactly.
I mean, nobody can argue that.
No,
Sure the hell can, but I ain't got time.
I can't even argue it. Because I don't even understand it to this day.
Because you're an idiot.
And I found out about the whole case 3 days after it happened.
We're having feedback to your mic.
Oh, let me mute it, PJ. I'm sorry. It's my laptop.
Oh, no worries. You still hear us all right?
Yeah, he can hear us.
All right. So I got something over here. Yes, court order is court order, but you have to understand, everyone. If in certain states, if you have a court order out of the state you're in and your child is moved to a different state, if they are not considered by law a sister state to the one you're in, it is on the parent that moved to the other state to take that court order and have it sistered in to a state that is not sistered with the state you live in.
He's full of shit. He's absolutely full of shit. We've already went over this, at least on a clip that I have. He's saying that Allie took Hunter out of state illegally and that he looked and couldn't find her. He knew where the hell he was. They were friends on Facebook. Am I right, Chris?
Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
Now, Tennessee is not a sister state to New York, and Allison did not have the 2018 agreement sistered into Tennessee like she was supposed to by New York state law. So thus far, at this moment, my court order holds no water. That is why
Your court order holds no water because you're full of shit.
Hunter is where he is, and why I barely have any say with any court proceedings is because Allison did not do what she was supposed to do by New York state law, which is to pay the $200.
Bullshit. He always blames. I mean, I know Allie's no saint. Completely know Allie's no saint. But he's blaming Allie for everything. If he wanted to be a father, he would have done it.
$150 to have the court order from New York sistered into Tennessee, because we are not sister states.
Yes, something like that.
I know it's confusing. It sounds like a bunch of malarkey.
The custody that he did have a Hunter when he was little. Hunter went over to Andrew's mom's, and Andrew dropped in every now and then.
Yep.
But in all honesty, it really isn't. And I was confused in the beginning about it until I learned more about it. It has to be, for a court order to stand in New York, whatever state my son is residing in with his mother, it has to be a sister state, or you have to pay to have the court order brought into that state. And Allison did not do as
right, and he's not going to pay anything. He's not going to, take the fatherly duty, and he's not going to go down there and pay it. So that's why it's not
requested by New York State.
Maybe she didn't know the law.
Oh no, she knew. The judge made it clear.
Wait. So the judge made it clear. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, the judge made it clear in court, but he didn't know. He just said he didn't know, and then he found out, but the judge made it clear. It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
Hey, PG. But there's other kids involved in this that were kind of there's someone there's a girl that her name starts with a T.
Right.
Apparently there were accusations
Now this will tell you how much Don B knows about the Summer Wells case. Listen.
that Dawn messed with her from someone named Sherry. I think.
That was a little girl.
Who is Sherry?
That's
Sherry.
a little girl.
Who's Sherry? Don B asks, who's Sherry? He's involved with Summer Wells case for almost 2 years, and he asks, who's Sherry? And who's the little kid T?
Grandmother of Hunter.
Okay. And where was this little girl that her first name begins with a T? Who is
Little girl. T is 18 years old now.
Yeah.
at the time when she was going over there?
I didn't even know that any of those children
Mo, it's Andrew and Don B.
were going over there. That sounds to me.
It's news to him that True and Hunter were going over to Candace Wells. That's what that's what Andrew just said. It's news to him that they were going over to Candace's. These two people PG has on panel.
I knew True was going over there. I knew
That's what I'm talking about.
True. Yeah, she was going over there.
Who was her guardian?
Allison.
There you go. Who was Hunter's?
Allison. But that's not
I rest my case, man.
Hold on, brother.
She wasn't keeping her end of the bargain, was she?
Hold on, brother. Listen, hold on. All right. This is the same. How many of them kids does she have custody of now?
That's because she wasn't holding her end of the bargain, was she?
Why is he on here telling all of Hunter's family's business? If these people are really scary as he says, and Dombey just admitted there's other children involved, why the hell is he on panel telling all the business?
But truth is, he really knows nothing about them.
Right. It's what he knows is a little that he finds out through YouTube.
Yep.
And how many of those fathers does she have to deal with?
Who cares?
Come on, Don. I know you've done your homework, buddy. How many of her baby daddies does she got to deal with?
I just know I ain't one of them.
Dombey hasn't done any homework.
Now,
Well, last time I checked, well, I don't know. I mean, you do kind of look like Bear, just a little bit.
now, it's not to my understanding that True ever made any claims or statements that Donald tried anything with her.
I was just saying.
I got to give PG credit for that. Dombey is spreading gossip and speculation, and PG just said, I don't know that I've ever heard True say that Don touched her at all. I got to give PG credit for that.
I think Sherry was making a reference when JLR was talking to her. I'm thinking.
Sherry,
Sherry. Not just 5 minutes ago, he didn't know who Sherry was.
Exactly.
she's crazy as freaking hell, and you can't believe a damn thing Sherry has to say.
I got to agree there.
Can I say something to you, Don? Don't trust a goddamn word out of her mouth.
More Andrews.
She sat here and tried to lie to a judge about a court order that never existed.
Well, I know that she's in jail right now, I think.
Oh, yeah.
All the kids took too.
Child abuse.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't hear that from me.
Ugh.
Oh, it's public knowledge. I think that's been all over YouTube for the last 8 months.
Yeah.
Oh, but buddy, listen. If I had a choice to be between being friends with you or JLR, I'd pick you any day. Only because you know what, you're out there
Only because he's on panel with him now. If JLR was, he'd be kissing JLR's ass.
trying to find facts, trying to bring this little girl home like the rest of us, and you're doing what I'm doing. You're sitting there making it known what you hear, and you try to make it not a matter of fact thing, but you're like, listen, this is what's going on, this is what I'm hearing. But my biggest thing is that my biggest issue started when Hunter was first placed, and you assumed he was somewhere he wasn't, which instantly pissed me off. And you got to understand, I don't know if you've got kids, bud, but you got to understand from a dad's point of view, anybody talking any type of negative about their kid is going to be instantly mad. And I have to apologize, and I'll do it here on PG channel. I do apologize for not giving you a chance on not reaching out to actually speak to you man to man. I do apologize about that. I should have given you that chance, and
Kim, I agree.
that's on me. And I'm sorry for being an asshole.
Well, we can make amends and start over. And like I said, I think it was a troll that was trying to get me and you to go at each other.
Yeah, so the beginning of this, Andrew's pissed at Dombey, and Dombey says, oh, well, I think a troll messaged me. Yeah. Good reply, Dombey.
Well, it's not about going after each other, all right? It's about the fact that we got the same thing in common. It's just right now, you're down there, I'm up here, and you're just trying to make sure the story's straight, the story's right. And I don't blame you for that, and I appreciate that. But my biggest thing is right now, is that because of all the naysay and all the garbage that's going on to talk about my son, I mean, he's already lost a job over this. There's so much going on since he started that he's lost, and it's not fair to him.
It's not fair to him. He's worried about Hunter. But yet he just came on here and told all of YouTube that Hunter owed bad people a shit ton of money. But he's worried about Hunter. Right.
He's still a young buck.
No, it's not. And the thing about this case is it's not easy for none of us out here that are supporting Summer Moon you talk about. It is not easy for none of us that are really digging to try to find the truth for this baby, to bring her home and to get justice. It is not easy for none of us because the Wells are in the background, and the Wells know that there is creators out here that will kiss their ass for click, likes, and views just to have them on their panel, thinking they're going to get all of this publicity by having these two creeps up there. And then the Wells get these creators in their pockets, and these creeps.
A comment in chat from GP says, if he's involved with dangerous people, I wouldn't give him a job either. Thank you for Andrew putting that all out there for him.
Are willing to come out here and attack all of us that are doing righteous for this baby and won't turn on this baby to kiss their fucking asses, right? So they're having their little evil bastards that they can get in their pockets, like Tams and Alleys and Daisies and Jinkies and all of these people. Before it was Benny Keys, right? They were going after everybody's throat for the Wells. I mean, this is what the Wells do. This is part of their game. They think that shit's funny. They think giving people that really love Summer
to skip through his rant.
Put into the dark, right? They're the ones that talk about everything and anything is off their child, but they talk about anything and everything. Because we're not going to let that happen.
I need to ask you a question, man here, all right? I don't really watch a lot of your things unless obviously it hits my my people, and they take things the way I do. Because we're, as you can tell, I'm pretty sure you peeked my channel.
His people.
A few times. We're very overprotective of Hunter, like overly, and you know that. And
so overly protective of Hunter that he just put all of his business out there. Some very dangerous business, but he's overly protective of Hunter.
I was just going to say that.
On PT, tonight, is that you stated numerous times Hunter should have never been there, period. Is that correct?
Allison should have said, no, you cannot go with that crazy woman.
Hey, you know what, Don? I believe you, brother, and I agree with you 130%. And you know what? I don't understand what our beef was, other than, you know, obviously an overprotective dad not wanting to listen to reason. Other than that, I don't see why we can't be chill, why we just can't, you know, try to collab and, you know, try to figure this out together and
hate that word collab.
Those who need the protecting. Because you know what? Summer Wells, his brothers need protecting, Summer needs protecting, and you know what? These other people like Andy, Judy Sue, and all these other players just need to go away, and we just need to focus on what was up. That is Candace and Grandis. Don ain't got no point in it other than he's daddy. Because his alibis are so far long, I can't even think about it. He's got 7 different people saying he was at work. Okay, 7 different people? Screw it. You're good. So I want to know what the hell is going on with Grandis and what the hell is going on with Candace. Why wasn't Grandis allowed to live in the house? And why was Candace all of a sudden posting, you know, a few days after on TikTok of Summer with angel wings? Like, what the hell do you know that you're not speaking about? Why are you going up on Dr. Phil talking all this and that and everything else? I mean, come on. You know you're lying about something. The boys didn't need to deserve it. The boys don't need that. My kid doesn't need that. You know, none of these extras, including myself as an extra, need to be.
Hi, Jackie.
You're making a mountain out of a molehill, and that should not be done. You just need to come up, come forward, and tell us what the hell happened between 3:30 and 6:30.
I'm going to tell you something. Donald, when his boss came, but nobody knows.
I'm going to fast forward to that.
You think you could dig a little for us?
I've already talked to Tucker Drywall.
And not only that,
do you mind? Sorry, PJ.
Not only that, but also, Don Well said, you know, for all the months when he first was out there, that's before Summer would come up missing. This angel it was an angel talking to him and told him he got out of jail. He slipped up before Summer come up missing. This angel came out of nowhere again. And boom, a week at 15th. And that, you know, with the
I'm skipping through this.
He says, Summer's confession that there was about a week and a half before.
I have to go to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Nobody cares.
He had 20 alibis.
Now, PG, all I can say was writing some very weird religious stuff on the wall.
Tried to say, I get it.
Here's my thing. Okay. I got a question for you, Don. Okay. When you first made the video of where you assumed where Hunter was, may I ask, was that an assumption that brought you there, or did somebody tip you off? You ain't got to give any names.
It's just an assumption because I know that it's
everything Don B puts out is an assumption.
I've had friends that were there, and I kind of knew that his association with some people was really bad.
Oh, Don, you don't even have the clue, buddy.
And I just assumed that maybe he had been there for a little bit, and I said, hey, if he's here, which it could be, may not be, I didn't say for sure he was, but I was just like, if he's here, yeah, I said if he's here, this is where it's at. If he's here.
Well, but it's been almost 2 years, and I'm actually surprised it took us this long to actually talk. But tomorrow at 11 a.m. our time, because you're in Tennessee, I am having an open panel if you'd like to join, because I'd love to talk to you more.
I need to start watching him more. I had completely stopped watching Andrew because he was irrelevant.
Yeah, me too.
But if he's going to start doing this shit again, my internet just screwing up right now. It's not playing.
But that's why he started talking bad about Hunter again, because he's seen it brings in clicks and views.
Right. And just like last year, Hunter's birthday's coming up. And so now he's going to have to get on here and dry beg, for those 3 sugar mamas that he has, to send him money. And I'm sure Hunter gets none of it.
No, and actually Hunter's put away again.
Yeah. Andrew tells all that here in just a second.
I mean, that's up to you if you have the time. I mean, I understand you're a busy man. You got things to do. It's in your own channel. So I'm not going to sit there and say, hey, I'm going to twist your arm type deal.
Well, me and you'll make time. It won't be tomorrow because, I do got a lot going on. I got a lot going on. I just got a lot going on this next 2 weeks. I got to, I'm having surgery. I'm having surgery.
Oh, you all right?
I got a bone spur on my foot. So
I do go live. Well, open panel. He has, a different opinion on the way I feel. I'm not going to sit there and rip him a new ass.
Yeah, he's been doing a part 1, part 2, part 3, part 5 of Summer Wells case. And you don't know shit.
Speak. I'm not going to try to. I have high blood pressure, and life is getting a bit difficult because I still have early signs of stroke going on. So I mean,
oh yeah, we're back to the early signs of stroke.
Here we go again with the early signs of the stroke.
Ridiculous.
I keep saying, relax and chill. Oh yeah. So you understand that. So, I mean, I'm trying to, just understand why certain people are saying certain things, but I am still allowed to get a little upset here and there when things are said.
Yeah.
But I do wish you many prayers, and I hope everything does, wind up okay.
Well, thank you, bud. It'll work out. Well, I mean, I'll make it over there, and we'll keep up.
Let me address this comment right quick. Kathy Gregg says, I cannot support anybody that supports the Wells. I'm not going to say that I so much support the Wells. I support innocent until proven guilty. I support letting the cops do their job. And I support why bash somebody without, we don't know anything. So that's what I support. Whether they're guilty or innocent, I don't know. But I'm not going to bash the Wells because there's no evidence that they've done anything. None.
Yeah, we'll keep in touch.
Oh, definitely.
The name of your channel is Andrew Hilts, right?
No, it's Outlaw Podcast.
Yes, he's changed his name to his channel to Outlaw Podcast. Yep.
Outlaws Podcast. It's Outlaws Podcast. Some people say they don't know your channel. Okay.
It's an apostrophe S on Outlaw, and it's all lowercase. It's only because, I was raised right. I did wrong all by myself. I lived my life on the wrong side of the tracks. I consider myself an outlaw because I've done everything against the law that you.
For fuck's sake.
Imagine outside of prison.
God.
All right. I had felonies. I beat up somebody about 7 years ago because of a rumor that he pulled a knife on my daughter, my baby mama, who was still pregnant with my daughter, and I wasn't in my hand and just keep drinking. Pulled a blade and tried to stab.
Oh my God.
Beautiful daughter. Did I pick out my daughter's name? Most definitely. I'm pretty sure PG has noticed. I'm used to doing things that
we don't care, Andrew. We don't care.
Have accepted. Some have not. But
I'd like to take this opportunity to also, like Prayer Garden was saying, the wrong people are trying to make this not about Summer. Tim wanted to vomit because this ain't about Don Wales. This ain't about Don Wales. This ain't about his biography. It's about his. Well, they don't have kids anymore, in my opinion. They don't have kids right now. They do not have any kids. Summer and
they belong to we the taxpayers.
Wales' name on it. That's not your daughter.
Well, never mind.
Nope.
Good luck with that.
may I ask? I got my email and obviously my information page on YouTube. Can you send me where you got your t-shirts made? I'd like to get a couple made up for her as well, please.
Yeah, I mean, and
Oh my God.
everybody, I just don't want to be the only one that's making these t-shirts up and getting the word out. I wish 1,000 creators would run with
Bills and how much it is a shirt. And yes, but Don, just so you know, when Facebook first started out with the Summer Wells groups, I was the first one in a few of them groups, and I said light a purple candle for that little girl to find her way in the dark, because I believe she was
Sure you were, Andrew.
Yeah.
lost in the woods. She her way in the dark. And not a lot of people know that, because that group since then has disbanded, and I'm very upset.
I heard there was a Miss Candace Wells on another channel
They're getting to your part here, Chris.
bragging about taking me to court.
Oh, you ain't the only one, bud.
Well, she did take me to court. Me and her met face to face. My attorney looked at me and asked if she was in the courtroom. I turned my head. I seen her sitting behind me, about 3 pews behind me, with Kathy. I winked at her. She gave me a go to hell look. And then whenever they called her case up there, the judge basically laughed her stupid ass out of the courtroom and dismissed the case with prejudice. So she can never take me to court again over that.
Good. Now I have a question for you, Don. What's your relation to this Chris that's out there? Do you know a Chris from, obviously, here on YouTube? She used to be one of my moderators in the beginning.
He's talking about Chris that's on panel now.
Have you had any contact with her?
Chris who?
Chris A. I went by back when she was a moderator for me.
Is that you? No thanks.
It's me. I'm showing my face.
Okay, sweetheart.
Now, no thanks, Doug joins panel.
I wish he wouldn't have stopped it. I want to see what he had to say.
Yeah, let me see if he says anything else.
Okay.
I'm always on anyway. It's all good.
Hey, I gotta say one thing to you, Doug. I appreciate everything you've done, bud.
Oh, thank you. Zombie, bam!
Maybe they don't talk anymore about you. But yeah, I wonder what he was, I wonder why he was asking about you like that.
I know, I haven't talked to him in a long time or said anything about him.
I think he just likes to bash whenever he gets a chance to bash, because he's mad at you.
Yeah.
So he's, probably just getting up there to get it, anytime he gets a chance to bash Allie or you or somebody, he gets up there and bashes.
And you.
Yeah. The other day, I don't know where we were somewhere, and he's like kissing my ass, and I'm like, yeah, whatever, Andrew. I just basically ignored him. But then when I heard this shit, I was laying in bed like, oh my freaking God, Andrew. And then PG, why would you have him on there? Which brings me to, why the hell would you ever have a known liar on panel? What good does it bring?
Clicks and views.
Yeah, I guess. I can't even believe that Andrew gets clicks and views anymore either, though. Can't Stop said, we talked off YouTube and he said he knew Dawn and Candace and wanted to help someone else. Are you talking about Andrew? Can't Stop?
Yeah, she is.
Oh. And you gave him money? Lord. See, this is when I get up here and I get frustrated because I'm like, my God, I've made so many clips and people are still giving him money. Jesus. Chasing Joseph said, Andrew doesn't care about finding truth. He wasn't in H's life this much before someone went missing. He jumped into it hoping to make some money. Absolutely. And Chris can verify that.
100%.
She was Andrew's friend before she was Allie's friend. Her and I'm That Bitch Mama Bear were Andrew's top mods. Like they were like buddies, buddies, until the shit got too deep and Andrew was just lying so much that they said, fuck this, we're not going to do this, and they left. So they've talked to Andrew, not, I'm going to say intimately, but I don't mean it like that. I mean like close, talked about family stuff, stuff going on. So she knows how Andrew was, and before she even met Allie.
Yeah. Now you have to remember, he has 2 other kids that his mom has custody of that live a couple of doors away from him. He never sees them, and when he does, all he does is yells at them. He never talks to them.
Yep, I remember you confronted him on panel that day. Yep. You and Chris both did. You and Mama Bear both did. Said it really broke your heart when you walked in. The first thing he said to them was started yelling at him.
Yep.
And he had some stupid ass excuse, but and then it broke all of our hearts when he yelled at his little girls at home, calling her fat, calling her stupid, yep. Calling her the C word. Horrible. Okay, let's listen to more of this nonsense.
What's up, Ray Burns? Thanks for having me up.
I appreciate you coming up.
No problem. Hey, do you mind if I ask Andrew? Andrew, thank you for saying that. Do you mind if I ask Andrew a couple questions?
Go ahead.
So, Andrew, you emailed me in the past, and no disrespect here. I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to talk more about underage kids than we have to here. But you emailed me twice. Once was saying that Hunter went to the hospital or went to the doctor that day as soon as he got home from. Yes, and he was. So, where's that in the timeline fit? Where he goes to the hospital? Who took him to the doctors?
As far as I know, and my understanding, his mother and grandmother, as in Sherry, because Sherry has the license and drives.
No, wasn't his girlfriend's mom?
Yep.
Yeah. See, this is how we're not even the boys. I'm not even the boy's family, and I know that it was his girlfriend's mom that took him to the doctor.
Yep.
But then you got to ask yourself, if he's supposed to be so drunk, he's supposed to got so drunk and wasted with Candace. Would Allie have sent him to the doctor drunk? No, she would not have.
No, because she would have gotten in trouble.
Right. So one, I don't think he was drunk when he came home, and it was the girlfriend's mom that took him to the doctor.
Okay, to the doctor's appointment. It was supposed to be 3 p.m.
So he got dropped at 2:30, according to Candace. So instead of going to the park with his girlfriend and Red,
the park was after.
After, okay.
Yes.
And then
so after Hunter got dropped off, at 2:30, he was not back with Candace at all that day.
Do you know what he did the night before?
As far as I know, he was home, and I know 2 days beforehand he was on GTA with me. But as far as I know, he was at home. Not sure any more than that.
And you do know that he said that he didn't sleep at all that night and he stayed awake all night long?
The night that Miss Wells went missing?
No, the night before.
Oh, well, that I don't know.
Because he got picked up. And Don Wells had said to me when he called in the other night, he said that Allie repeatedly called Candace to take Hunter with her. But Allie and Candace weren't friends any longer at that time. So, Hunter, and this was in my second email from you, which said that you said there's an open CPS case between the Wells and Hunter.
Yes.
Which was a lie.
Is that true? At the time, that was what I was told by their CPS case worker because I called it in. Whether
at the time, that's what he was told by his CPS worker because he called it in. That doesn't even make sense, Andrew. You're the one that said you filed the charges.
Yep.
He said he filed against Allie for letting Hunter be there. Let's listen to his lies.
Any further than them telling me that they would investigate, I could not tell you. Because I have not received any emails or anything from them pertaining to that sense.
So I'd like to fix that.
Because it's a lie. And if you're a good father, you keep on it. But that's a lie.
If, in fact, because the email that I have that states that I'm the first to know and that you're telling me there is an open case, I just want to make sure that we clear that up too, because that all plays in the time.
Notice he tells Doug, you're the first to know. because he's promoting all this shit. And this was a long time ago, but he was promoting Hunter's case. He wasn't trying to protect Hunter. He was promoting this bullshit.
So did you know if your son even got permission from Allie to go with Candace, or did he just go?
Permission was granted.
Just so did Allie go?
Due to the fact that
I got to read this comment. Can't stop it at all. Said, I was used by him, I believe. I'm older and on a fixed income. I sold my house and got money. I wanted to help him. He sounded secure about knowing he cared for Summer. Was I scammed? Please let me know. Well, I could guarantee you were scammed. I mean, if what you say is true, you absolutely were scammed. I don't know if you're one of them that I see in the chat all the time. I know Holly was for sure scammed.
Yes.
Trying to think of who else I seen in chat.
What he did to Holly killed me. When he said he was going to the doctor to have himself blood tested to see if he was a match for her husband's kidney.
Yes.
That's bullshit. Whatever
happened with that? That's right when I quit watching him.
Yeah, me too.
That is crazy. But you know why he did that? Because he thought that he'd get big money from Holly. You know, because Holly was giving him money for bills and everything regardless. Hell, if he gave her husband a kidney, she'd really...
Yeah, and Holly's such a sweet lady. She has such a big heart.
And she'd always tell me, well, you know, he's trying. And I'm like, he's not trying. He's scamming you. He's scamming you. There she is, Holly. Holly, we feel so bad for you. I mean, just from what I've seen you on Andrew's channel, you had a heart of gold and your heart was in the right place.
But his intentions aren't.
Right. And she wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. She seen a struggling family and thought all he needed was this, you know, a chance. And I used to get so mad. That's why everybody thought I was hating on him, just bullying him. And it wasn't. I was so sick of seeing him get on there and nice people. Yep. Yes, they gave the money because they wanted to. I understand that. Nobody pulled their arm, but they gave their money to somebody they thought was worthy. Holly said he got a few dollars from me. I knew the minute he said his background, I knew he wouldn't get the kidney. Well, Holly, what happened? Yeah, that was bullshit. That was such bullshit. Have his baby said, oh, well, I remember people giving him money to get a P.O. box. Oh, well, first of all, it was the P.O. box. Crow folk, that's what it was. Yeah. She was so sweet, too.
Yeah, he used that money for the P.O. box.
Yeah, because remember he was on the phone with you and he said, man, I want to use this money to eat out.
Yep.
And you and Chris said, no, that's money for the P.O. box. And he still never got the P.O. box. He had to get a thing from his landlord, then something else. Holly said, felons can't come across the border, and him being on meds for anxiety, yes. And I kind of lost track, right? That's what I quit watching Andrews, right, when he said about the kidney bullshit. Because I guess...
I couldn't watch him anymore after that. That killed me, because I know him.
Any opportunity to scam. Any opportunity. Tracy said, what the fuck? Okay, how do people get people to sell their house to give them money to put up in? I don't know. Andrew came across to some as misunderstood, you know, never got a chance in life, was always behind the 8 ball. So they wanted to help him, thinking if we help him, he'll be a better person.
Yes, that's
Chris and Mama Bear tried.
He thought.
Yeah, Chris and Mama Bear tried to tell him, and he just wouldn't listen. They'd get him out of one bullshit, and he'd just jump right into the next bullshit.
Yep.
Okay. Holly said, I have a problem with wearing my heart on my sleeve. Holly, you do.
Holly, I have the same problem.
I used to feel so bad for her, you know, and all it would take was Andrew to get on there and say, oh, my internet's off. And, you know, he knew Holly would come, you know, help get the internet on. And then he'd come and say, oh, this is happening. Andrew, you were just drunk and high on stream yesterday. Can't you use that money? You know, when he was rattling off all of his Xbox and he got this and this and this, and somebody said, why don't you sell it? I'm not selling my Xbox. Are you crazy? Just made me irritated at no end. Mo said, Holly, that heart, though, is very precious and you have to protect it at all costs. Yes, this is why I do what I do. People wonder why I do. Why do you care? You know, what's it any business of yours? It's these ladies like Holly that that just get my heart, you know? I don't know how to explain it. Mo said, Tracy F. Okay. Let's listen to more of Andrew's bullshit.
Candace said something about Summer being there, and that's why Hunter was allowed to go.
So Hunter told Allie that Summer's going to be there, and she just took his word for it?
Yes, because she believed that time Hunter had no reason to lie. Now, listen, this is all from my understanding. I'm still trying to piece it all together, buddy.
I've been piecing this together for a long time. I'm just trying to figure out the timeline, the correct timeline. And
as far as, like I said, as far as I know, Candace got a hold of Hunter about going fishing, and it wound up not being fishing, but Hunter did tell Allison that Summer was going and wanted to hang out with Summer because, like I've stated numerous.
Now, let me give you my opinion on the whole going fishing, going swimming bullshit. You know how you say something like going fishing, but you don't really mean it, you know? I don't think that was such a big deal. I don't think it was a lie. Might have got crossed in translation, but I don't think it was anything to be hung up on fishing or swimming, in my opinion. Oh, crap. Now I got to figure it out again here. Okay, there we go.
The fact is that Candace said something about Summer being there, and that's why Hunter was allowed to go.
So Hunter told Allie that Summer's going to be there, and she just took his word for it?
Yes, because she believed that time Hunter had no reason to lie. Now, listen, this is all from my understanding. I'm still trying to piece it all together, buddy.
I've been piecing this together for a long time. I'm just trying to figure out the timeline, the correct timeline. And
as far as, like I said, as far as I know, Candace got a hold of Hunter about going fishing, and it wound up not being fishing, but Hunter did tell Allison that.
Chasing Justice said he presented himself as a stand-up dad who had been trying to do right by H and like he was coming in to rescue him. What a joke. Yeah, I don't know if y'all believe that, but I never believed that bullshit from day one. Not day one.
Summer was going and wanted to hang out with Summer because, like I've stated numerous times, he's got a little sister here in New York that's the same age, so he looked at her like a baby sister. And they were supposed to go fishing, but they wound up not going fishing and going swimming instead. And
you know, I didn't have fishing poles, right?
Yeah, I found out later on after.
I mean, they would know.
I called my son on that bullshit.
Okay, did your son call Candace?
Yeah, how does Doug know if there was fishing poles or not?
Go with her that morning, or did she call him?
She called him.
Can't stop it at all. Says, oh my, I never knew. So sorry to all the ones who were scammed by him. This isn't the first time or first person I was scammed by. I gave him money for a box also. Girl.
Is that who I think it is? I don't want to say the name out.
I'm not sure.
I think that's who I think it is.
No further questions at this time?
All right. Hey, Andrew, I got a question. Do you know if Candace was in touch with Hunter any time before June 15th? Well, let me narrow that down. Maybe even just...
Why the fuck are they even asking him this? If they've done any research at all on this case. Any at all. And Doug should know better. You should know. He doesn't know a damn thing about Hunter. Nothing.
A week prior to June 15th.
As far as I know now, mind you, now, because a lot of things are coming into place, I'm getting Hunter's opening up a lot more. Even though Ellison and Candace had their argument, Candace was still around getting a hold of Hunter to come hang out with her children. And apparently, drink, vape, whatnot.
Do you think Hunter's phone... So you're saying with Hunter's phone having to do with those other people, Hunter's phone has nothing to do with the Summer Wells case?
At this current moment in time, as far as I know, no.
Is what Don, you're saying, I don't mean to cut you off, is what Don told me true, Don Wells, that Hunter's charged with pulling a woman out of a car and trying to steal the car and take the car and there's a baby in the car. Is that true?
Put me in a hard position, bud. As far as I know, he did.
You're putting me in a hard position, bud. Meaning, he's going to throw his son under the bus instead of telling Doug it's none of his damn business.
Listen, as far as I know, he did not know there was a child in the car. He was only sent to take the car. And I can't really say much about that. I am sorry. It has to do with current issues.
I don't want to touch any nerves, and I don't want to get into a place with Hunter.
He just caused the internet to go wild with speculation. Good job, Andrew. Good job.
But you have all right to ask questions, and I can answer them the best.
It's people capable of doing things or hiding things. I hope you understand. I'm not trying to cross any boundaries. Sorry, Don, for cutting you off. I apologize.
Hey, Andrew, do you believe in your heart, or do you have any suspicions that this was planned and Hunter was maybe used that day?
In all honesty, from day one, knowing that Candace knows the laws and the rules of life, meaning as soon as Hunter confirmed that she bought alcohol for him, I knew right then and there, in my heart and soul, that Candace was trying to use him as a patsy.
When did Hunter ever confirm the can of spot alcohol for him.
He said
Never.
it wasn't for him. It was for, I think he said Grandis.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But whether or not it can be proven by law is a different story.
Oh, it will be. But I've just got a bunch of
Of course it can't be proven by law because nobody's even said that. Oh.
subs asking me and emailing me, and they're really adamant about this. They feel like it was, they feel like June 15th was planned. You know what I mean?
I think it was all set up somewhere. Listen, I think it was all set up somewhere somehow.
Okay, let's discuss that. How would it be a setup? How were they using Hunter? How could they possibly use Hunter? Nothing happened while they were with Hunter. So they can't blame it on Hunter. She can't use Hunter as a witness because there was other people in town that seen her with what would Hunter be used for? I never understood. What the hell would Hunter be used for? Holly said, I know what it's like to be broke and need help. I like to give people a chance. Holly, I know. Girl, I watched you for a year help that man. And my whole thinking was, there's so many other people out there that could need help more than Andrew. Andrew could get a goddamn job. Excuse my God, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. My grandma's in heaven yelling at me. He could get a job. There was no reason why Andrew could not get a job and hold a job.
Oh, no, there was not.
None. Absolutely none. And then he's on there smoking and he's on there drinking. If he can smoke and drink and vape, nobody needs to give him money.
And we've seen him on camera, on a video chat with a couple of us doing coke. Yes.
That's all. I have a clip of that. I have a clip of Chris and Mama Bear confronting Andrew about that. And he doesn't deny it. He just says, prove it.
Yep.
Cat Suball says, how do I know if they're scammers and there are a place who has known scammers? Well, my first clue with Andrew was he was on there telling business. Even from day one, he was telling business of hunters that didn't need to be on there. And the other clue was he didn't have a job. If he doesn't have a job, he's a scammer.
Hi, Mama Bear.
Is Mama Bear in chat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, this Mama Bear was another of Andrew's top mods. Close friends. Close friends. They got close with Andrew. These ladies used to hate me to no end. I'd get in chat and they'd block me instantly. But dang, everybody got sick of it. Let's listen more of his bullshit.
I don't know if anybody here can vouch or confirm, but in my heart and in my mind, I believe Don and Candace never wanted Summer to begin with.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I beg to differ. I think Don did. That was the only thing Don did right in his life, according to him, and that's how I feel. I think Don really loves Summer. Don has a chance to help bring Summer home if he can see the light.
Did you see this, Chris? She said, I used to go by another name, but I got doxxed. So I changed a new profile and was forced out of my old one. That sucks. Mama Bear said she never blocked me. Okay. I'm sure you did, but
I think Jess blocked you a lot.
Probably. And who was Jess? Just another person from YouTube, or was they related?
No, she was just, we met in his chat.
Oh.
That's where he met her also.
And who was the weirdo that wanted to meet everybody in person and sleep around on her husband?
Oh, no, that one was Jess. She wasn't sleeping around. She had intimate relationships with other people.
Actually, and he said it himself, that he doesn't know if he could put somebody in prison because he knows what happens to people in prison. And also, there's a chance that someone might not get out alive. And the only reason why he would be concerned about somebody going to prison over his daughter would be he knows them.
I agree. And I also think he could bring Donald could absolutely solve this case right now. I think he could tell us all exactly where Summer's at.
Yeah, Mo used to hate me too.
And tell us all exactly what happened if he wanted to.
It would tell him a different story, and he's not ready for that story. It would show him that the only person that he's capable of having in his life as a woman,
that
they could really have in the future. Because everybody knows who they are and what they are.
I mean, I really, like I said, I try to stay away because I obviously am an overprotective parent, and I don't want to.
An overprotective parent just told all of YouTube that his son owed a lot of money to some really bad people that made the Hells Angels look like saints. Overprotective.
Listen, the reason a lot of times, because a lot of negative things have been said about my son. Now, I'm not sure what's going on with Don, but I will take Doug's word because he hasn't lied to me in the past, and he's sure hell I don't think he's going to lie to me now. But I take his word when he says that. Honestly, I think Don would And truthfully, but any parent would go that extra mile and do what he has to do for his daughter. I honestly don't think Don has anything to do with Miss Summer going missing. I honestly think he has no clue what the hell happened.
Well, let's think about this. If Don was going to leave Candace, and the reason why he was in Utah, looking for a job and a place, and he was planning on possibly leaving Candace, I really think he pulled the Subaru away from her as a power move. Everything was going
Absolutely, we Frosty.
downhill, right? The only people that ever called the cops on Don is who? Candace and Grandis. The two people that take over everything if Don gets Don out of the picture. They get everything and live the life they want. Grandis gets to move in the house. You know what I mean? Like, there's a reason why Grandis and Candace are always calling on Don. Somebody owes something to somebody too, because I don't know who's got the last favor, but somebody owes something to somebody. That's why Don and Candace can't tell on each other. I don't know what it is. What do you think, Don?
Maybe it's that they don't know anything.
I'm sorry to cut you off. Hang on. PD just put something underneath the screen here. I cannot honestly answer that, and I am sorry. I can't even give you
The question was, what's the name of the gang? First letter, Andrew.
letter. Not at this point.
I'll go ahead and tell everybody that, you know, I don't believe it's gang related too. And if you look at all the hints in the last 2 years, who has WJHL interviewed? Oh, McDonald?
I'm going to skip over this.
I mean, Chris.
110 Denville Road. 110
I have a question.
Denville Road. That's where they keep coming back to.
Yep, I agree.
The Wells are number one suspects in the eyes of the law.
That's never been said.
That's evident. It's evident.
I have a question for Doug and Don here. Now I know you boys have been on top of this, left, right, and center, obviously. But I have a simple question. Now, who was the one, if you boys know, was to make the call about Rose Bly going missing?
I don't know. I didn't hear.
Christ almighty. Now he's going to bring Rose into it.
So that didn't cover that.
That's the other family member that were missing in the Wells family.
Right. No, I know who it is, but I didn't cover the very beginning of the case.
Okay.
I heard there was a CPS connection in that one too.
What's it?
Candace says that she wasn't even in. I don't think she was even in the state when Rose went missing.
What about Grandis?
Grandis was, I believe.
I'm sorry, boys. I'm putting two and two together here. Grandis went missing with Rose, and now she went missing, and Summer went missing. Well, Grandis.
Andrew, you putting two and two together, you'll probably come up with 8, I'm sure. He's going to say, Rose went missing and Summer went missing. It must be Grandma.
Got it, boys.
I think the only thing Grandis learned in her daughter's case was the fact that if you don't have a body, you pretty much don't have a case, right? I think that's really all she learned in her daughter's case, because it's to my understanding that
Rose's mother, Grandma Candy, was never a suspect in her going missing.
Who was dating a sheriff up there, and
I won't skip through this.
that he said when he got there, sheriff and a buddy of his, which was Indian,
Hey, Nini.
caught up some rug and had a couple friends waiting downstairs when he went up.
The kids as well during the time. And then she was supposed to meet with somebody at a bar, allegedly a cousin or something like that.
Oh,
and her
my
car
gosh.
was like 5 or 30 miles away next to a truck stop.
They were all supposed to be at.
I thought
Her car was seen to pick her up. If she was
10 years ago now. But what's interesting about that, this isn't true crime.
Hey, Andrew, I got a question. Since we're on the subject of Grandis here, did you get to ask Hunter more about what he meant by Grandis was out of her mind that day?
No, not yeah, I'm taking things slow with him.
Frosty, I made a whole clip about that. Yes, I do, because I called him out from the beginning. I said, you're not going to be there. I called him out when he said he was in the airport. Yeah, all lies.
Because, like I said, there's other things outside of, obviously, the case going on that's messing with his mentals right now. So I'm trying to take things slow with him to try to get him comfortable with talking with me again. But so far, nothing. I'm actually waiting on...
I'm going to replay that.
Yeah, I'm taking things...
This isn't true crime.
Hey, Andrew, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Since we're on the subject of Grandis here, did you get to ask Hunter more about what he meant by Grandis was out of her mind that day?
No, not yeah, I'm taking things slow with him because, like I said, there's other things outside of, obviously, the case going on that's messing with his mentals right now. So I'm trying to take things slow with him to try to get him comfortable with talking with me again. But so far, nothing. I'm actually...
He hates you because
know.
you said he was a mistake, right?
Yep.
I have more than one clip where he is talking about Hunter, and he said he told Hunter he was a mistake.
That's when me and Mama Bear flipped the hell out on him.
Yes. And this is the boy he cares for so much. This is the overprotective father. He told him he was a mistake.
So overprotective that he had him on his panel.
Yes, I was, and see, I clipped that too, but I was torn whether to put it out. I wanted everybody to know that Andrew had him on panel, but I didn't want to exploit Hunter, so I didn't put it out. But I still have the clip where he did that. Talking in chat. $5 for questions for Hunter. Cash App.
Yep.
Waiting on a chance to have a video call with him, and as soon as I do, I was gonna, she drops little hints about certain things, and that being one of them. And see what he had to say, but Tennessee's taking their sweet ass time.
Okay. Did he say anything about what kind of
Tennessee is doing their job.
prescription that Miranda's picked up?
That's the surprising thing. Yeah,
Because it could have been anything from steroids to oxycodone to whatever.
I heard, from my understandings, there was supposed to be some type of pain medication in there, but they didn't put it in there for some reason, and Grandis had a shit fit over it.
That's what I was talking about.
None of that. Nobody said that. That's PG making up shit. For her understanding, nobody said that. Nobody's ever. Makes me so mad.
I agree with what PG's saying, because Hunter did say that she flipped out about a medication that wasn't in there that was supposed to be. He didn't specify what, but
never have Hunter said that she flipped out about a medication that wasn't supposed to be in there.
it's like I said, I can only say certain things. I'm stuck right now.
I think that was the particular medication that she was banking on possibly selling.
Lips, I don't know, because he's an idiot.
To pull some money in to get her through the rest of the month. I'm not sure, but that's word on the street. I mean, I don't know, but that's word on the street.
That right there is why I don't like PG. Word on the street. Word on the street. Nobody's heard it. To me, PG makes that shit up in her mind.
The funny thing about the Rose case that I found, though, what's really crazy about Rose's case is two things. One,
I don't want to hear about Rose's case.
Right, this plate, because I see his truck every day. I don't even know my plate, Andrew. You don't? No.
But, the thing is, that's weird that he did that. But also, she had a shit fit just about, a week ago. Screaming, hollering, and carrying on, when some information came to the table about.
Okay, that's what a sheriff is. Okay, got it. That was like,
Guys, I'm gonna have to jump off. I'm gonna have to jump off here, but understand.
Okay, as far as I know, as I'm allowed, because we can verify land through audio, without me being there in person. His phone, his original phone has not been given back.
Okay, now, that's all we need to know. Now, do you think Hunter will be, if there's a trial, do you think Hunter will be a witness?
Given at this moment in time that he's 17.
You dumbass. Of course he will be. He'll be called in some sort of fashion. What the hell? But about Hunter's phone being kept, it's just common sense. If everybody but Hunter got his phone back, that tells me Hunter had some shit on his phone that were related probably to some other cases. That's why they kept Hunter's phone. Or they would have kept everybody's phone.
Yeah, exactly.
If there is a trial, he would have to be pulled up as a witness. Given the fact that he was one of the last people in the last 24 to 48 hours before she went missing to see her. So right now, as my
good Lord, Andrew Hilts knows more than Don B.
understanding, okay, he is still underage. He does not have to be pulled in trial in a period. But if, knock on wood, this goes on where past 18, they can legally subpoena him in at that age.
It will definitely go.
You dipshit. They could call him as a minor.
Past 18. If Don and Candace keep playing these games online, playing these pranks, how many parents of missing people play pranks online more than once when they have a missing kid?
Exactly.
Yeah, I just wanted
How many parents are Don and Candace? None. They're just Don and Candace.
to differentiate between, okay, if Hunter could be called to testify, is his phone going to be part of that testimony?
I think the messages between him and Candace, yes, but messages between him and others, not so much.
I agree.
More common damn sense.
It'll be 20.
So, guys, I'm going to jump down.
I'll be tomorrow or what?
But that's for members only, though.
Give the 360 GoPro. Use that. See if they'll use that.
But
it's amazing which way my other thumb.
Yeah, right. No, listen, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. I've been putting a lot more together than back in the early days, and a lot doesn't add up at all. And the way I'm looking at it right now is that Grandis, it was there when both girls went MIA. From what
Get ready to hear the wise wisdom from Andrew Hilts.
my understanding is Don wants his baby found and has multiple people for alibis on where he was between the 3:30 hour and the 6:30 hour. But the problem with that is only one person seen him at 5:30 on the job site. So where?
Who the hell ever said that?
Don has nothing to do with this, let's be honest.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out, things myself.
Besides covering it up and knowing more now, Don is a pawn. Don is the mouthpiece. Don is the guy they give the story to, and he just sticks with the script. He's the only one that can kind of tell the same story every time. If you haven't noticed, his story never changes.
Hummer going missing.
Right? That's all you can tell for Hummer. She used to twirl my hand and she likes playing mud. Crazy the to remember. That's like all he can say.
I don't know what the fuck she's doing on that refrigerator. She's just like beating the hell out of it.
I don't know exactly what she did.
But no, listen.
What in the world was that?
But listen, with Summer going MIA, I also noticed and also heard out of Allison and Hunter's mouth that Don's drinking went straight through the roof.
And Don's a douchebag. He's a drug addict and a drunk. Yeah, we know this.
Let my child go missing and see how far I go through the roof. I don't drink. I'm pretty much guarantee you I probably would. I probably couldn't live with life. I would be wanting something to knock me the hell out daily.
Well, I'm saying, from what Hunter says, is that he was drinking more than usual.
What's Hunter's deal with Don? Why does he not like Don?
It's not that I don't think that he doesn't like Don. I just think is a.
For one, Hunter doesn't know how much Don drinks before, and he sure doesn't know how Don drinks after, because he never had any contact with Don after. Not one day. So he wouldn't know if the drinking increased. Two, Andrew wouldn't know shit about it if Hunter did know about it.
The biggest thing is that it's hard for him to trust men due to the fact that he's the first boy born on his mother's side in 4 generations.
It's hard for him to trust men because it's the only men he's known to be a dipshit like you, Andrew.
So he hangs out.
What does that have to do with anything?
What did you say?
What does that have to do with anything that he's the first boy that was born?
Right. He's just stupid. He's just stupid Andrew shit.
Getting far with that baby he didn't know was in there. He did that with a bunch of girls instead of a bunch of boys.
Actually, what it was is he did it. Okay, I'm going to tell you. I just got to tell you now. What he did.
No, you don't have to, Andrew. You don't. Mr. Overprotective Parent, you don't have to tell shit, but you're going to because you're the star now.
What is it? His sister was dating a affiliated person. Let's put it like that. And Hunter wound up getting affiliated due to that. And then he just started following orders like a simpleton.
So
and he was told,
Tommy?
Because he never had a father to guide him in the right way.
You're going to have to piece that one. I can't say much, but I'm trying to, but I really can't.
You don't have to piece much. This is like a 3-piece puzzle. I can put it together. I feel like this puzzle makes a hell of a lot more sense, but like I can put it together. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So listen, Drew brought in the problem. Hunter wound up joining the problem and taking orders from somebody else and was told to collect the car. But Hunter and the 2 others that were there to help him didn't know there was a baby in the car.
Got it. Okay. Well,
and the woman was, and the child and woman weren't supposed to be at the car at the time they were given.
Oh, so obviously.
I can't believe this fool is on here telling all this shit about Hunter. All this shit that does not make a shit about the case, even if it did. This is where there should be a law. And he's his parent. We are trying to get laws passed to where YouTubers can't talk about minors, and this fool comes on here and talks about his child.
Yeah.
Andrew, if you're out there, I would sure drop a link and you can come up and explain anything you want to. This is what has always pissed me off about Andrew.
They weren't really thought out criminals. Just saying, like the last thing you want to do is take advice from people like that in jail. So
and the last thing you want to do is have your daughter date a known gang member. Just saying.
So why would Hunter do something for these people like that? Do you think that he would? Is that where he gets his drugs from? Because he was up all night the night before someone went missing, and he stepped in. That's what?
He joined up with them for acceptance, attention, to try to get attention, negative attention, but attention nonetheless. And now he wound up in a very, very big hole.
How come he didn't remember where he sat that day in the car? Do you know? Did he ever tell you why he couldn't remember where he sat that day in the car, or if he really got the
news? His story hasn't changed since he sung it. For everyone on the internet, ever since his CM interview, his story has not changed.
We haven't heard anywhere else.
Inkling, not even an inkling in private conversation between me and him has it changed.
Why would he tell you?
I'm dead. He's always told me everything. He told me when he lost his virginity.
You guys,
bullshit.
Oh, you guys have been on and off this whole time. The whole relationship. No. You guys had some stuff that disappeared when you lost your first channel, right?
No. When I lost my first channel, it was due to
a lot of stuff on. You had a lot of crap on. Yeah, but you had a lot of stuff.
We had a lot of stuff on our plate at the time. At the time when I lost my channel to begin with, Hunter and I had a lot of stuff on our plate. But
that would be when he told him he was a mistake.
Wound up coming and talking to me about it when he wasn't around said people.
In fact, what Andrew said was, Hunter said something hurtful to Andrew, and Andrew said, "So I said something hurtful back." Yeah, quite the overprotective parent.
I'm not trying to be rude here. You think Hunter trusts you? I mean, you left him before, right?
No.
Was the breakup different?
I never left Hunter. What it was is that Ellison took him out of state without my knowledge or permission. And he was 7 years old at the time. It took me till he was 12 to find him.
Bullshit. Is that bullshit, Chris?
110%.
Absolutely.
Out of his mouth, it is bullshit.
Yes. He knew where Allie was. He was friends with Allie on Facebook the whole entire damn time.
Yep.
Ugh.
A whole lot of years for Ellison to sing him a whole bunch of garbage. And I've been in his life ever since. Whether it be through phone calls, video games, text messages, when he lost his virginity, when he got his first job.
He didn't lose his virginity. Is his girlfriend really 14 or younger? Was she 12 when she?
Who the fuck cares?
Younger than him.
She's only younger than him by 2 years.
So when he's 18, she'll be 16.
Yes.
When he was 14,
but I guess there's.
I wasn't going to say it, but Doug just said, "Good job, Andrew. You just said your son slept with a 12-year-old when he was a 14-year-old. You know the whole world's going to go crazy over that shit."
But he doesn't know anything about his son.
Right, he doesn't.
Me off.
I'm not sure. Like, certain states have Romeo and Juliet laws. If they're dating, Romeo and Juliet laws are basically when you're dating, while you're underage, it's not legal if one turns older. So, I'm not sure, but up here you have a 5-year difference.
I'm still here.
Sorry, PG. I didn't mean to start running wild.
It's okay. It's okay.
These questions to try to put together. It's all important for us to find out for the timeline.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm still trying to figure it all out, dude.
How the shit does Hunter's virginity or anything have to do with the timeline?
My head's still swimming about Tennessee.
I just made a new folder on my channel. I don't mean to shout my channel out here, but you can check out it. It's called "Proving Donald Wells Wrong."
Oh hell yeah, you guys have been there. You guys have been there since almost day one, right?
But I sent you something in the back chat. You don't have to play it if you don't want to, but you can play it another time also, PG. So that means they waited to pick it up. So did he rage quit or did you kick him?
I know he just disappeared.
This will be all the crazy stuff that you can't really do and talk about.
I think Andrew. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, God bless you. Right after you come down. God bless you.
I gotta honestly say though, I mean, there's very few channels that are actually out there nowadays looking for the truth, and I gotta honestly say, Doug here has been for the truth the whole.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
21 months of work it's been going on.
I appreciate that. Now, and Andrew, you've changed a lot too, and I appreciate you actually talking about it and coming out. And I don't want to go too much into the Hunter thing, but you know that he plays a big role in this, right?
Oh, I know. But my thing is that I can only say so much about the situation because obviously there's other things going on outside the case that's really preventing me. But hopefully, I'm going to let you know this now, guys. Hopefully, in the next 6 or 7 months, there will be a big change here in my home.
Yeah, we've heard that before. Yep. Holly said, "I just like how PG is so evil and vile, not a Christian, or those words would never come out of her mouth." I have supporters that support PG, and I don't want them, I hope we can agree to disagree, but I agree with you, Holly. PG, to me, has not brought anything but speculation and controversy and misinformation to this. And I feel the same way about Daisy. I like Daisy and Jinkies, but both of those channels have done nothing but harm this case.
Yep.
What kills me about Daisy, she kicked me off of her panel, and I was like put to the depths of hell by her and Christine and Yanni because I said that I thought the Wells were innocent, and they cussed me up and down, one side down the other, told me how dare I could say that had I been an abuser. Daisy said she had all this experience, she knew this, she's seen the pictures of all the bruises. What about Ziggy V's comment? And I'm like, I think Ziggy V's not telling the truth. And fast forward now, Miss Daisy said Candace was the devil. Now she thinks she's an angel. It just doesn't make sense. Frosty said, "Absolutely sickening. Andrew, just stop hurting your child by talking about his personal business." That's been my issue with Andrew from day one. That and his grifting.
Yep.
He used Hunter to get into YouTube, to get people to follow him. Once he got people to follow him, then he put out the poor hard me stuff and found people like Holly and a few others in his chat. And instead of being grateful, like Chris and Mama Bear seen on his panel one day, he was going to take the P.O. box money and wanted to go out and eat. At first it was the P.O. box money, then it was he was making merch, and then it was he needed a fish tank, and then he was refurnishing his office, and then it was take his mama to the arcade. Then it was Hunter's birthday. After Hunter's birthday, I forget what it was. Oh, the Tennessee trip. He was going to Tennessee.
He he made a GoFundMe for his arcade trips.
Yes, to take his mother to the arcade, yes. And, people gave him money. People gave him money. No, he never did get that P.O. box. His excuse was he had to get a thing from the landlord and then something else. Yeah, he never did.
Yeah.
And then he finally did say, well, I did spend the money, but I'll put it back. Can't Stop said they even had a Tiger Guy Ernie on her panel with Candace. Yes, did anybody see that? Candace is now talking to Ernie again, which I really think Dawn and Candace are innocent, but I just want to shake the shit out of them because now Ernie and Candace are best buddies again. It's like, do you people not watch YouTube? Do you people not watch YouTube? Do you not know who Ernie Shell is? Now she's going to have Ernie going back into this bullshit. Does she not know that Ernie Shell thinks that she did something? Ugh. Yeah, Lips, you were up there. I was kind of upset about that. I mean, I know you got to show respect when you're on people's panel, but by damn, if I was up there, I would have been calling Ernie Shell out and Candace both. Not up there jucking it up with them. No, they're not. They never message afterwards. Or you just wait. You just wait, Lips. Ernie will be, sticking his finger in there. Candace will feel sorry for you, some stupid shit. I'm that bitch Mom Bear says she's in love with Ernie. I think PG is a scorn lover and Don Wells. Yeah. Wee Frosty said, Tracy, thank you for the love. Okay, I think this is almost done. Holly said, hubby is just home from dialysis. Have to go get him some. Please take care. Holly, you're in my prayers. I'm so sorry that you were cared and you were used. And I know you were just trying to help. I mean, that really does hurt my heart because, man, you helped that guy at every chance. Can't Stop it at all. I donated twice to him. Is he also bad? Can't Stop. I'm having a hard time believing you're real. Of course he's bad. I mean, I don't want to alienate anybody and I don't want to put anybody down. But I got to say, what is it about these people that you can't see right through them to start with? I mean, Ernie Shell, oh my God. No, don't even get me started on that. Mom Bear says, but wasn't Team Rose in love with Ernie at one time? Yes, she was. She was a big supporter more than anything. More than anything, she supported him. She supported his channel. She gave him super chats. She was a big supporter. And he shit all over, just like Ernie, or Dolly shit all over. They both took advantage of Rose. I'm that bitch. Mom Bear said, I love Miss Holly. She's amazing. She absolutely is. I mean, anytime Andrew needed something, anytime, and it just pissed me off to no end that Andrew would get on there and Holly would come. And I was like, God damn it, Holly, don't give him any money. And Holly would give him money. And then Andrew would just, ha ha ha, and go screw it off. Can't Stop says they look real. I guess they look real. Okay, I guess. Let's finish this with Andrew.
Your wife's kicking you out?
No, as in Hunter. I know. Listen, I know you were busting, but no, I want to have to tell you, as in Hunter being here. So that's why I got to be a little bit more careful on what I say these days, is because it's getting down to that point.
How about this? Stay offline about it.
Oh, listen, this is the only place I said anything about
And what?
Excuse me, I got a cough. Oh. This is the only place he says anything about it. Because he thinks that over here he can talk about it, nobody's going to see it. Yeah. Well, here was the issue not long ago when right as I stopped watching Andrew. The thing was, he said he was on the custody papers for Hunter. And everybody said, well, why, if he was taken away from his mother, wasn't he given to you instead of Leslie? And he said, I don't know. I'm going to go check about that. Well, he was checking. And it was because Hunter didn't want to go. Hunter did not want to go with Andrew.
Hunter didn't want to go. And he wasn't allowed to be with anyone that has
the life. Oops, she dropped. Yeah, he couldn't be around anybody like Andrew. Andrew was on YouTube drinking, smoking, cussing and acting a fool, playing his gang songs, Yeah. Are you here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah. Well, why don't I show you up here? I don't know.
I know. I don't know what happened.
But yeah, Andrew was online acting a fool, playing his gangster music, being a dumbass. And I'm sure the people that look at, who who gets to see your children? I mean, who gets to place the children seeing that shit? That's probably why I couldn't go with Andrew. But he did want to go. So then Andrew's like, well, I have a gag order or some shit, he said. I can't talk to thee about Hunter. As he continued to talk about Hunter.
There we go. Yeah, he's the only one who has a gag order, right?
Yeah. And then he's like, oh, I can't talk about this, I can't talk about that. But then he was insinuating stuff and implying stuff. And okay, let's listen.
Saying like, honestly, we want this. I just want you to know, like, Hunter plays a role in the part where he needs to talk, and if you talk to him, you can ask him these questions. Then ask him where Summer actually was changed and how many times he went back to Ben Hill Road that day. Oh, definitely. That's 2 questions. Don't ask him why just ask him.
If you ask those questions, don't tell YouTube. You have no business. Ugh.
I'm just gonna ask him what's up. I mean, I'm gonna ask him exactly why'd you go back to Ben? Just ask him like this: why'd you go back to Ben Hill Road at least once, if not twice, that day? Because you're not allowed to go there on your probation. You weren't allowed to go there and leave to go to that house on his probation, and he did. And Don and Candace are covering for this for a reason.
No one has ever said Hunter went to that house at all.
There's something wrong here. Summer got changed when she left the house. Summer got changed when she left the house. 7:30 in the morning. It was too cold for her to get dressed into a bathing suit, so it had to be after that. And Hunter was there in the morning time, and that's why I asked you who called who. Because Don has this one story. I've got my theories. Summer wasn't there that morning at the ER, meaning that.
Here's my thought. What if Summer had her swimsuit on underneath her clothes? Maybe she didn't need to change. I know Hunter said that Summer came in and changed at Allie's, and Candace said no. What if if it was my daughter? I would put her swimsuit on under her clothes. That's just what I would do. Seems common sense, easy.
Candace and Hunter were alone for a period of time until they picked up Grandis, went back to the Walgreens, and then went to Ben Hill Road. And Hunter wasn't allowed to go there. Why? You're right.
No one has ever said he went to Ben Hill Road. That's speculation, and this is bullshit.
No, I know I'm right.
But you see, here's the thing, though. Those are the questions I want to know, too. And it's going to come down to the point where I'm just going to have enough is enough. And I'm just going to straight up put it in court order where that boy needs to tell me the truth. And if he does.
What the hell? Oh, my goodness.
He's going to get a court order that boy has to tell him the truth.
I can't.
I'm just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Remember when the bikers came down to kidnap Hunter? I think that, and I think other people have said this too, that's because the reward money. Andrew thought he could get Hunter up there with him and then either beat the shit out of him or make him tell him the truth.
Exactly.
I think that's what that issue was, why he wanted that biker to go get Hunter. And then bikers were stupid. They didn't even check out the court order.
It is what it is. Oh, he's going to take it to his grave. I won't allow it. Well, he's going to break in court. Someone will break him in court because when he finds out it's got big boy bars now, because big boy bars are in his future. Even at 17, they could put him into a big boy prison. Now, does he want that, Andrew? And this is your chance to recoup yourself as a father right now. This is your chance for all the things that you've said in the past that you've done wrong. Andrew, and I hold nothing against you. You've been nothing but honest about your past, your sexuality, your openness about your craziness, and this.
Which reminds me, why the fuck did Andrew ever talk about his sexuality on YouTube? If I was Hunter, I would be absolutely mortified. Absolutely mortified. If my mom or dad ever talked about their sex life, whether they're bi, straight, swingers, or whatever, I don't care. If you ever talked about your sex life on YouTube, I would be just mortified.
We do behind closed doors, none of my business. Don't care. And if you're open about it, yeah, it's fun to listen to because it's like, wow, this guy could write a book about himself. But like, this is your chance to step in and be that father figure for him. But you're going to have to let him know that I love you no matter what, but I can't always help you.
I told him that. I have this, listen, Doug and PG, I have this thing, okay? It's the way I was raised. They all get one. And by what I mean by one is that, listen, if you get into any trouble whatsoever, I'll bail you out once. And after that, you're on your own. You have to.
You don't have the capability to bail yourself out, Andrew. Let alone anybody else. Frosty said, Andrew thinks he's the YouTube version of Father for Justice. Dude, you never knew Summer. You barely knew your own son. Stop selling his privacy for weed money. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's exactly what he's doing. Absolutely.
Learn. You can't do a crime
The first time Naked Andrew video scared me for life. It was horrid.
without doing the time. I'll help you out the one time. After that, you're going to have to learn the hard way. And do I want my kids to use that one? No. And it seems to be since 2021, all the way to now, that boy has been using that one. Because nothing in legal-wise for him has changed since the initial in September of 2021.
So he went to jail he went to a facility for 6 months, got in a few fights, and then stayed a little bit longer, right?
he stayed a bit longer, and then he got
He was in a facility, right? He wasn't in a facility, right? He wasn't in some foster home or some. Yeah, no, I know.
No, he didn't go to foster until 2022. So they moved him from. He got in the fight.
Why did he go to foster? Why did he go to foster?
This pisses me off to no end. Him telling Hunter's business. There should be a law.
Yes.
And it should be common damn sense that your parent doesn't do this shit.
I really don't know. As far as I was told, is because Ellison did not follow the legal stipulation of him returning to her custody. At least that's
on your channel. She didn't sign the paperwork in the courts in time. Like you went on your channel and you said something about that she didn't do what she was supposed to do right. So you now have custody of Hunter. I remember that live.
Yes, because in my mind at the time, by New York state law, before I found out that Ellison did not sister
in his mind, he had custody of Hunter. Yeah, in his mind.
In the court order from up here, I technically had full custody of Hunter. When she,
in fact, I had to tell him that he didn't. I'm the one that told him, no, you don't. I won't say how I knew that, but a little bird told me that. And then Andrew had to find out that I was right.
Lost it when she lost custody to Tennessee. By New York state law, he was supposed to come to my custody. But given that Ellison never paid the $250 to have the court order from New York to go to Tennessee to be sistered in.
That is bullshit. Tennessee would have done what Tennessee thought was best because they were in Tennessee. When they seen how Andrew acted, they're like, fuck no, you're not going up there.
I got null and void. So I basically lost all my rights over $200.
Somebody could try to come and still take Hunter, some type of group, like when you had 14 guys, because you also said that, like when you and the brothers came out, there were the 14 people when Jose stayed behind. Was that when that story came out about Hunter possibly trying to be taken out of that house?
No, what it was is that when I found out what was when the summer case first hit big and Hunter was involved. Last year, what it was is when I first got was told and was involved. A certain group of bikers got a hold of me that claimed they were part of something that they weren't, and I didn't know about it until after the fact.
Overprotective dad here didn't check out the bikers. If we're going by what Andrew says, that he found out these people were shit afterwards. Mr. Protective just let these bikers that he didn't know go down and rescue his son. Didn't check him out at all. Right, overprotective.
That's a lot of stuff you should clear up.
Oh yeah, working on it.
You should live on that. Clear up all the old stuff because that's a lot. Like people like me who have a photographic memory and then remember a lot of the stuff, even though I don't have that live recorded. I remember watching it.
Oh, it's still up there, buried somewhere within the videos. But I'm gonna have to.
It gets buried. And then the truth gets lost, and then people start running down these rabbit holes, and it gets nasty, right? Like, do you think I like bringing up Hunter? If I could not bring up Hunter, it'd be great. Except he fits into the equation too much.
Oh, I agree. But that's why I have been doing a lot of lives lately for anyone who has questions to come up and ask. But I am gonna let y'all go. I do have to get up with my girls in the morning. I have to go to school. But if you,
I do remember live when you screwed up the pancakes too. I'm not gonna lie, you screwed up.
Oh, yeah.
I watched you live screw up pancakes, and you're like, you gotta eat them. Yeah, you're not. Come on, I remember everything, Andrew.
Hey, listen, shit happens.
It's all good. It's all good. Just do good, dude. Like,
Can't Stop It said, can I ask who is reputable for me to not get scammed anymore? You saying I'm not real kind of hurts. I saw this doing live. I'm not saying you're not real. I'm just confused. I would say check in your own hometown. Check with organizations in your own hometown. YouTube is too sketchy to be even looking. If you want to tip somebody as a creator that you like, or you want to help, do it because you like what they bring you. Don't do it because you think that they're doing something, that they're a greater good or something. I guess the only reason I would ever tip anybody on YouTube is just because I like what the entertainment. Think of it as entertainment, because you can't prove if anything of this is real. Even with AWP, they were out doing great things and they were shit. So I don't even know what to say about that. I didn't mean to offend you. I don't always say it right. I don't know. I don't know anybody that I would support other than entertainment purposes. I just don't.
I said, you are a dad, right? You have a chance to be that backbone for Hunter. And I seen her get mad too. So like, there goes the rage quit. I seen his wife get mad at him too.
Yeah, his wife got mad and put an end to that.
Because I still think that there's a lot that we have to get to the bottom to. I appreciate you, BG, and letting me up and all that as well. It's monetized, but I shut the commercials off. And I mean, that day, I think it was it's all there for you.
She was detached from it. As you don't detach yourself. I mean, if you were there, you.
I think they should go on to talk more shit about Hunter, and that's the end of that. But yeah, Chris said, can't stop it at all. Do I know you? Have I talked to you outside of YouTube? I don't want to say the person I think you are. I know that there was 4 ladies that basically powdered Andrew's ass. Holly was one of them. Crowfoot was one of them. And I can't think right offhand.
Holly and Crowfolk were the biggest two.
Yeah. And he would just come on there and have the most ridiculous reason for not working. More than Mama T and the plumbing was out of season. Andrew had a pre-stroke, what was it? Something to a stroke, pre-symptoms of a stroke.
The signs of the early signs of having a stroke.
Yeah.
Never knew they existed, but okay.
Yeah, and everybody probably has those. And did it stop him from drinking and smoking and screaming and yelling online? No, not one bit. And then it was his shoulder. His shoulder was supposed to go ahead and have the rotator cuff torn or some shit.
Yeah.
And then he had his own business. He had a crew of 5 guys working for him, and he had his own business. Mm-hmm. And he had to buy all them dinner. Frosty said, or donate only when it's official fundraiser for an organization you know about. Constance is correct. So many liars and frauds make it difficult to support those who really need it. Right. Cat Stop It says, I talked to a couple people, then I got doxxed and had to make this account. Maybe you can hit Chris up at her email or something. I'm not sure. If you supported the fool, I'm sorry. This is why I do this. People always ask me, what business it is of yours? People can give if they want to. Nobody twisted their arm. It's the regret. It's like with Ernie and just like with Andrew, seeing the regret that comes after, that's what I hate seeing. And if one person hears me, even if just one person hears one of the videos I made and wakes up and doesn't give them money, then I think I've done good for the day. It takes people like me and everybody that, outs these people. It takes a whole effort. So maybe someone hears something from me and hears something from somebody else, and eventually the word gets around. If we're not out here talking about it more, to me, more people will just get taken advantage of. Although I feel kind of crappy because here I am talking about it and people still get taken advantage of. So I'm banging my head against a wall.
But you're doing the right thing. You're putting it out there. It's up to them to listen and take into account what you're saying. Yeah,
because if the other side isn't out there, then you don't know. At least this way, when you're doing your research, you can, hear both sides.
Yeah.
Frosty said Jackie Blue, he is doing a tour again for money. That's exactly what he's doing. I don't know why he calmed down and stopped, but his own brother even said it's not good for Hunter to go to New York. He said that would be a disaster. That would be like a huge disaster to Hunter for him to even be sent up to Andrew. His wife doesn't want him there. Andrew is an adult himself, let alone to raise Hunter. Hunter's a big boy. Hunter would whoop his ass. I think he's in a rude awakening. I think before Andrew's brother said that they would, get in fights. I think now Hunter's grown enough, he would whoop his ass. And then what's he going to do? Messy Jesse said, I've begged him to take my wrench, but he won't. Oh, are you one of the Jessies on his channel? You're probably one that blocked me too. But all these people that said I bullied him and I was stalking him and all that shit. No, it wasn't. It was, I really wanted him to do better and to stop this bullshit. Misunderstood said, how can people be so blind to these people wanting money? If they can't get out and work, then why they need it? Why hand over their money? Right. Hi, Kels. And he never did work. He had one excuse after another. And then for a while, his wife didn't work. Cass Up It All said, with the other one, I felt I was scammed, but I don't know. I'm shutting my heart up. Well, if you gave money to Ernie Shell, you were absolutely scammed because he's never rescued any children. He's never had any of the jobs he's ever said he had. I just did a live where I went over his resume. None of it can be proven. He has not one success story for where he's rescued a child. He has not one credential where I can verify where he trained to be 20 years with hand-to-hand combat, worked with Homeland Security, worked for this. No, I cannot verify all that. And if you're out there rescuing children, you should be able to have a resume that's verifiable. Mom Bear says, Messy is awesome, Costas, just saying. Cool. Messy just said, I wanted to share a link once in his live, and he gave me a wrench, but he won't take it back. Oh, he probably won't. you know, these people that get on there that are, you know, fairly big creators in the Summer Wells case, and they get on there and say, Andrew, I see how you're trying, or they say, Andrew, I've noticed how much you've changed. It's the same way with Ernie Shell. No, he hasn't. And Doug's sitting up on their panel saying, Andrew, you could be the hero. Get the truth out of Hunter. That just pissed me off, Doug. Kel said, I hope if you gave money to Ernie, it wasn't him entertaining you. That's all it was. Right. It's all a movie and all a scam. Just, ugh. Chris, are you still here, Mom Bear said?
Yeah, I'm reading what you just sent me.
Oh, he's reading what you just sent her. But, you know, that's why I used to get so mad when I would see Andrew. The same reason when I see Nicolina on a panel is the same reason I get mad when I see Andrew on a panel. What in the gods, what do they bring that would be worth putting them on a panel? They will go away if everybody quits talking to them, or they will go with their own like kind. Like, I don't give a shit if she's on Mama T's panel. I don't give a shit if she's on any of the Trigger Twats panel. She could stay over there and go on their panel. I don't want her to be on anybody's panel other than the Trigger Twats. I don't want Andrew on anybody's panel that, you know, anybody's really, because he doesn't bring anything and it's all lies. What you would think that the bad would have to outweigh the good. So you got to say, what is the good that they're bringing? And then how knowing you're having a known liar on your panel, how does that work? Agatha Misty said, long time since I heard Doug mention anywhere. Yep. Reef Frosty said, Jackie Blue, girl, as far as I see it, he is purely grifting, harming his child and potentially harming Summer's case, or just collateral damage in his eyes. So many new people just don't see it. Yes. And let's say that Andrew's right. Let's say that these people that Hunter owes a lot of money to, that they're so bad that they make the Hells Angels look like saints. Andrew, you stupid fool. You'd think that these folks wouldn't have a reach in New York where your daughter could be put at danger? Did you ever think that your kids could be put at danger, your family could be put at danger? And then you're out here telling their damn business? Did that ever considered? Wasn't that even a thought? Yes, Messy Jessie, I said Trigger Twats. Nicolina and the Trigger Twats. Yep. and here he is. He even said there's other kids in this case, meaning Hunter's little sisters, Summer's older brothers. There's other kids in the case. And if these people are as bad as they say they are, you're out there talking about them, Andrew? Or Andrew, yeah, Andrew. Stacey May says, if anyone wants to stop in, Humans Without Souls is doing a premiere in about 5 minutes. Yes, you can do that. I'm about ready to end this anyway. Do you have any more you want to add, Chris? I mean, other than Andrew never knew his son, right? Hardly.
Didn't. He used to see him when he was a kid for a few minutes here and there. His mother's the one that used to take him. And he hadn't had a relationship with him in years.
And didn't Hunter want to knock him out? He said, if I see my dad, I don't want to, don't. Mama Bear was saying, Andrew, I don't think you should go because Hunter don't want to go with you, because she didn't want Andrew to get his feelings hurt because he did not like him.
The last time Andrew had him for the summer, he had to send Hunter home because Hunter almost beat his ass.
Yes, and Andrew's brother told us that too.
Yep.
He had to go stay with Grandma for the last part. And you've heard the wife talk, she don't, I don't think she likes herself, let alone her and Hunter wouldn't fly. No. And I even asked Eric I said, well, would Hunter's grandma take him like she has Andrew's other two kids? And he said, no, she's just not capable to do that.
Constance Sue, I sent you what Mama Bear sent me.
Okay, I could check it, but it'd kick me off of here.
Yeah, no, you don't have to check it now.
Okay. Kel said, Andrew decided to tell the whole internet this. Yes, he just did. That's what I just played. He did. I was laying here. It was late at night, because it was like a 4-hour live, 3 or 4 hour live. And I was half awake and half asleep, took cold medicine. And I heard Andrew on panel, and then I heard all that shit. And I was just livid. I was wide awake, livid. I was just like, oh, no, you didn't. And I wish he would have had enough guts to come on here. I'm blocked from his chat, I think still. But next time he goes live, I'm going to ask you about that. And he's going to wonder why I'm making clips about him again. And it's this right here. You dumb shit.
Exactly.
I didn't put the clip out when he had Hunter on panel, but I wanted to so bad because I was like, what the hell are you thinking? And then right after that, it was $5 for questions. You can ask me anything about the case. I did make a clip about that. It's just frustrating. It's just, you would think that a parent would be more protective than that, but he's not about Hunter. He came on here saying that I came on here to protect my son. He came on here and made an ass of himself, which drew way more attention to Hunter than ever took off of him.
Yep. He makes his son look guilty. He
does. And then he was going over the Chris McDonough interview. Oh my God. It was like he was throwing Hunter right under the bus then, and Hunter was watching.
Yeah.
Hunter was in the chat. I was like, oh my God, you stupid. And you wonder why he doesn't like you. Or you wonder why he doesn't talk to you, or why he's not telling you anything. Because he knows you would be right here on YouTube having a premiere, here, tell all. Agatha Mitchell said, I used to pop into Andrew's channel once in a while, but it feels off, and I always need a shower afterwards. Yeah, he had I don't know who was it in there. It was always making sexual comments to him. Was it Connie or one of them people?
Connie, yeah. Connie.
Yeah. And was like, that's just creepy gross. Would you have a current pic of the Wells house? No, honey, I sure don't. You might try Google Earth, it might. I'm not sure. I do know that, they are always in Prayer Garden's chat, and they seem like, any question people ask, they'll answer it. So you could probably, maybe ask them, and they might even get a picture for you. I mean, they've been on Daisy's channel, Crime Critter on the Farm, I think every night, at least Candace or Dawn. Mostly Candace is on panel or in chat every night.
Yeah, and they were told to stay off of YouTube, right?
Yeah. And I could see their point, kind of like if my kid was missing, I would need to talk about it, and I would go where people were talking about it. What annoys me, or not annoys me, what just baffles me is, Candace, did you see how Daisy talked about you for a year?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she said you were guilty. She said you were evil. She said so much. She said she talked about Summer's crusty panties. She said about all the things about sexual abuse, that there was bruises. She showed all these pictures for bruises. She even said, Connie, Constance, did you see these pictures of these bruises? And I said, it looks like a dirty face to me.
Yeah, I remember
Christine
that.
Gave me hell. Miss Kirby gave me hell. Sherry gave me hell. They all told me I was full of shit. They all told me that I didn't know what I was talking about. Daisy said she was a nurse, and she knew. She could tell. And yeah, I was treated like shit over there. And now all of a sudden, oh, well, since we talked to them in person, we don't think they're guilty. Well, I hope true. And, Dolly even said that. That should be a lesson to all you true crime people. Until you talk to them in person, don't say shit. Sarah said, I somehow stumbled upon that Prayer Garden panel too. I listened to the guests too. Yeah, this bullshit. Andrew didn't bring anything to the table. He didn't know his son. His son didn't want to talk to him. His son doesn't. I'm hard pressed that he even said anything. Hey, Josen, I'm hard pressed to think that he even told him about him being a virgin. I don't think Hunter would tell Andrew shit.
No.
And why the fuck would he bring that up if he did? Just creepy. And Andrew was creepy to me when he said, oh, I know what child traffickers want. Summer isn't the kind that they want. They want kids not so skinny but not fat. And people
how does he know?
How do you know? And he said, oh, since the president passed that More You Need to Know Act. What act? Well, when I can't sleep at night, you look up, you find out shit. Plenty of times I can't sleep and I don't ever Google what do sex traffickers want. Jada said, it's all got to be a bunch of BS. Most just playing games for clicks and views. It's all gotten obvious. Yes.
Exactly, Jaded.
And Andrew's throwing his hat right in that ring again, because he knows somewhere out there's another Holly. That's what he's out there fishing for, is another Holly. He shit all over Crowfoot And she was so kind to him.
And
Holly was beyond kind.
the two of them are just so precious.
Yeah, she said his daughter stuff, and she said stuff for his wife, and she was helped pay the bills, and she helped anytime Andrew came on an e-bag, she was right there.
Yes, and the stuff that she sent for his daughter and his wife were things from her daughter who passed away.
Yeah, that's another bonus to this story. Holly had a daughter that passed away, which played into her heart, and now her husband needs a kidney. And then she's seen Andrew and she's thought, this guy has never got a fair shake. Maybe if we just help him and don't be mean to him, he'll change. Nah, he shit all over her too. Didn't even care. Just kept up the lies and kept up the bullshit. And Jada said, I liked Andrew, thought he was here for Hunter, and this was way wrong in my mind. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how anybody could ever see that he was here for Hunter. I just don't see it. He was opportunistic. I can't say the word from go.
Constance Sue, before I jump down, I want to tell you, you're doing something good. Even if you help one person, it's like you've helped a lot.
Well, thank you.
Don't let the haters and their lies get to you.
I didn't come to YouTube for this purpose. Like, I just came to YouTube just to, be occupied too. And then I just started seeing so much crap and I had to say something. That's how much channel got his name. I had to say something.
Yep.
And half the people that are support me in chat now used to hate me. I mean, they thought I was a pain in the ass. I was just there for drama. And now they kind of understand. But I'm not out here to bully anybody. I'm not out here to dox anybody and make their life hell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to make people aware that, it's not always what you see, and save your money to somebody that really needs it. Like, I know a cause. Sarah, drop your Cash App. Sarah is the mother of a disabled adult son. She has taken care of him his whole life. She has never had a sitter for him, and she wants to plan a trip. And Sarah is saving money to take her son on a trip. If anybody wanted to give to a worthwhile cause, absolutely. Ashley never hated me. Thank you, Ashley. Sarah would be an absolute great cause. I'll highlight her. Sarah Smiles right here. She's got a channel too. She has been a mod for Ernie. She's been a mod for Dolly. And even when I had issues with her with Dolly and Ernie, she was never rude. She was never hateful. She was always in the middle of the road, wanted to hear both sides. She never got mean. She never got hateful. She wanted to hear both sides of it. So, in my opinion, Sarah is one of the saints of YouTube, and helping her take her son on a trip is absolutely 100% approved by me. Mama Bear said, y'all know what, though? In the end, karma will make the sweetest revenge more than any man or woman could ever do to the ones who hurt the innocent. Yes, I have a hard time waiting on karma, and I don't know. Just for you said, I've always adored you, Constance, all the way back to your Molly Go Lightly clips. Thank you. Yeah, if anybody wanted to, it's okay, Constance, I'm on the trip now. Oh, you're on the trip now. Well, maybe they could do it for your next one. Everybody says that, she's just doing this for subscribers. No, if I want subscribers, I'd be covering Molly Go Lightly. Molly Go Lightly and Bullhorn Betty, as vile as they are and as messed up as they are, didn't seem to register on my chart as much as Ernie and Dolly Vision and Andrew did. And even Andrew took a back seat because Dolly Vision. And then Dolly Vision took a back seat because Ernie was so, concerning. And I hope Court's going to take care of Dolly. I hope so. I'm that bitch. Mom Bear says, I've always liked you too. You're just busy all the time. Well, thank you. Sarah Smile says, you're going to make me blush or something. You are one of the good ones, Sarah. That's why when those triggered twats came for you, that pissed me off to no end. Reed Frosty said, I was an OG Causes fan. I need a shirt, possibly a chicken helmet too, but that's just me. Thank you. JD said, I help volunteer for many things on YouTube. Yeah, I'm impatient. Chris said, my daughter kicked me off. Just stay on your path. You're doing something amazing and worth it. I stand by you and back you. Thank you. Ginger Snap said, as someone who should have known better, I've fallen for sad stories and been scammed. My heart goes out to all those that give with good intent and get burned and dragged. That's where my heart is. My heart hurts seeing it in current time, but what really hurts is seeing it afterwards. Having the ladies, come to me and say things, that's what irritates me the most. And a lot of people won't say anything publicly because they feel some type of way about it. Well, maybe people think I was stupid or people think I was naive or something. So that just leads to more taken advantage of because people don't come forward. So I say come forward no matter what. Nobody will think you're stupid. I shake my head, but I see how it is. Kel said, I'd want Constance on my side in a fight. Thank you. YouTube is filled with so many women like Holly. So many women that are either, they're empty nesters, they've worked, they've retired, they have some disposable income, and they come here for a distraction and they want to be part of a good cause. Sarah said, Constance helped me see the light on some issues. Well, good. They come to YouTube and they have a good heart, and then people like Ernie and Andrew and Dolly see that and they just take advantage, and just makes you sick. I've told a lot of people about my YouTube channel, and I'm like, you know what? I wish for 5 seconds, or I wish I didn't have a conscience. I wish I wasn't cautious, or that I didn't have morals, because it'd be so easy to take advantage of people. There's so many good people, good-hearted people that want to give. Look at Rap and Jimbo's chat. Those good-hearted people give to laugh. They give as a practical joke. They give to have humor. They're not even being scammed into something. They're just given to laugh because it's funny, because it's entertaining, because giving pisses them people off. So, Constance, a weather storm is headed our way. Oh, wow. I'm in Kansas. I don't know. I haven't checked the weather. It's cold. Jay said, oh, and not just those channels. Right. Hey, Sandy says, and like I've said before, I go through all these growing pains because growing pains are cool to look back on. Like, remember when I was muted for 10 minutes? Remember when I didn't end my live? Remember this and that? Remember when I couldn't only read chat? It's like, yes, I need a laptop, but I'm not going to sit out here. And even if people sent me a laptop, I would say no, because I want to get my laptop by my work. I want it to be by my YouTube channel, the money I make on my YouTube channel, the money that I make from working, and put it together and buy my own. I want to work for it. I don't want someone to just give it to me, because giving's nice. That's great, but it's just more in your heart. It's just more fulfilling if you work towards it instead of it given to you, if that makes sense. Frosty said, Ginger Snaps is one of the sweetest human beings I've ever met. She has been dragged and abused because of her kind soul. Yes, she did a lot for Summer. I remember a lot for Summer. And speaking of, I think of Summer's Day, and Andrew saying that he was going out there for that just pissed me off too. Needed $1,000 to go out. Yeah. And there was people that believed that. And then he had people believing he went. Long Gone said, I watched you a lot, Constance, though I don't always comment. I feel the same way about Sarah. She's always had my utmost respect. Yep, Sarah. And when people went after Alicia for the same reason, Alicia never once came out and talked horrible about Ernie. She told her truth. Mama Bear said, a friend of mine didn't listen, and they gave that man 100 years hard labor, no chance getting on probation or parole. Oh, I seen your post. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, Andrew, I'll probably go live tomorrow. I don't know for sure what time. I tried to not go live while somebody else was live, but if I did that, sometimes I would never get to go live. And Ashley said, that's so true, Constance. When you work for it, you got it feel so much better. It does. Sure. If someone wanted to send me a laptop, I would take it, but I just wouldn't feel as good about it. It just wouldn't mean as, not to be not grateful. I don't want to seem like that, but I don't know. It's just that I want to build my channel and I want to build it and I want to work for it so I can look back and say, remember when. I don't want to be here one day and then have something the next day because it's just, I don't know. It's just creepy to me. Yep, hard head makes soft behind, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, and like today, I will get this cleared up before I go. I went on Queen Bee's panel and we were talking about things and I said, my part of the morning, I want to say, people that are bringing out all these people's paths, shit they did 10, 20, even 5, even a year ago, if the person isn't still doing fuck shit today, if they are not on here doing the same shit today, nobody cares. So you can bring out all you want to about rap. You can bring out all you want to about me, anybody else. You can bring about anything, everybody, bring it all out. Nobody cares. They really thought that they would bring stuff out about rap, the big boom, and that everybody would go, oh my God, are you serious? And everybody would leave rap. It didn't happen. It's not going to happen. Even with the bombshells that I brought out about Dolly, of his past and his current behavior, current today that we could see, nobody cared. You are not going to get anybody to turn away from their creator by bringing up their past. It's just not going to happen. You could bring it out for awareness, but if you're out there thinking you're bringing it up, thinking there's going to be a mass exodus from their channel, it's just not going to happen. And so you might as well save your time digging, your money from Been Verified and Truth Finder and all that other crap, and put it to something, worthwhile. Hey, B. Tim. Most are working together. That's obvious to some too. I didn't used to think that, but then I'm questioning it. I really am. I mean, Ginger said, I hope so. Sometimes I feel like an outcast, but it's what it is. I'll forgive them when they see the light. Sarah said, Kels, thank you. He's kind of homesick, but I'm trying to assure him it's his stuff and we'll still be there. He's missing things from his room. Yeah, but you're not going to make anybody have a mass exodus from their channel by bringing out the shit they did in their past. Nobody cares. I mean, I brought out that Dolly had 3 convictions of beating a woman. Nobody cared. We proved that Dolly lived with a sex offender, a registered sex offender, who has a video on YouTube of wanting to have sex with his daughter. Nobody cared. We brought out about Free to Be and her allegations that he sexually assaulted her. Nobody cared. We seen him talk to people, to Aileen down in Georgia. Foul. Nobody cared. We seen him rip that bullhorn out. Nobody cared. He still got viewers. So everybody else that, that's out there trying to get rap and trying to bring rap down, trying to bring Jimbo down, just give it up. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I mean, you could carry on if you want to. Please do, because you make for entertainment. We love to laugh at you. But just for your own sanity, nobody cares. Mom Bear says, I mean, do they not think folks remember what they did years ago, so they bring it up? Hell, tell me is something I do not know. I'm doing this current time right. Long Gone said, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. People need to worry about themselves unless it's people who's causing chaos and scamming the whole YouTube, the whole community. Right. Which will bring me to the point people will say, well, why are you on Nicolina? Because Nicolina is a cancer. She's a cancer to YouTube. She brings nothing worthwhile, nothing. She's only here to harm. And if you haven't been harmed by her, consider yourself lucky. Just wait a minute. She'll get to you. Let her in your community. Let her up on your panel. Keep supporting her and just see how long before it is you or somebody she hurts. It's just, and we've proved it. So Frosty said, I had someone run to Queen Bee to lie about what I said. It was sad to see them being misled. Well, hopefully you can work it out with Queen Bee because, she's pretty reasonable. I mean, I've always been able to talk to her, and I've noticed that, most people can talk to her. I don't know what that was all about, Frosty, but yeah. She could email her. Her email is like on her thing there. She's always been more than reasonable for what I can understand. She's like one of the people that I feel like one of her chats is I feel like family, her chat and Savage's chat. Actually, she said, I cared about people's past, but if you're making an effort to do better, then I'm supportive of that too. Yeah. I mean, and it gets to a point where people care about your past, but you got to bring out the facts too. You can't just be up there saying this and this and this and this, and I have proof, and show some, vague screenshot. No. And when you're a known liar and you say you don't need to produce receipts, then nobody needs to listen to you. Ginger said, I agree, Constance. She seems very reasonable. Yep. In fact, Mallory's been on panel, getting along with Mallory. And that just goes to show how much everybody hates Molly Golightly, because, she really thought that people would take her side, and she's full of shit. That ain't going to happen. People took Mallory's side. I don't know how Mallory ever got tied up in that bullshit, but I have my own issues. But Frosty said, good idea, Constance. I will email her. I have been around for a long time. I don't expect others to like me. Just don't lie. Yeah, see, it's the lie that gets me. And it's the people that, known liar getting on panels gets me. Chris said, as somebody I don't know who turned me into food stamps, and I have lost them until the investigation is done. They haven't even started. They are so backed up. Oh my gosh, Chris. Yeah, people mess with you a lot. If you're a single mother, you're almost screwed on here. You probably should never let anybody know you're a single mother, because then they just come for you for the ridiculous things, Sarah she used to work with, CPS, and she's never given anybody any indication that she's anything but a good parent of a disabled adult child. And they called CPS on her, or they were threatening to, because they said she didn't live in a big enough house. Nicolina said that. Just because Sarah was in Jimbo's chat and she didn't like it. Chris said, that was the second part of my comment, Constance. So, I need to keep up. At least I'm not 30 minutes behind. Reed Frosty said, yes, I'm pleased to see Mallory making some positive changes. Yeah. I don't know if she's apologized about the stuff she said about Monkey's mom. When Monkey's mom said, hey, would you please doing this? And she's like, no, I won't quit doing it. And she made the joke, but the mother. I just hope she apologizes for that, because that's been my only real thorn in my side about her. I mean, you get over it. Like I've said, I've been mad at Benny. I've been mad at Rap. I've been mad at Jimbo. I've been mad at, and I get over it. It's just nothing big. Frosty said, Chris, it's just disgusting. We are patient bitches, though. You're one tough cookie. Long Gone said, what I mean is I don't care about past mistakes a person has made in their life. They drag out old stuff that happened many years ago. People change as they get older. They get wiser. Yes, they absolutely do. Sarah said, I was a case manager for 16 years. I live in a very rich area, so a small house is $300,000, but I bought the house when I was 20. Yeah, they don't care about that. They don't care about any of the good you do. They don't. Just anything they can do to talk shit. I'm still waiting for my multiple domestic violence charges to be brought out that Ernie said he proved. But let's just give it to them. I don't have those charges, but let's just say I have 3. So what? So what? I'm not out here saying I rescue children. I'm not out here saying I'm an advocate for victims or anything. No. So what would my past charges have anything to do on me? Nothing. They brought out my bad credit from 20 years ago. Yes, I had bad credit from 20 years ago. Am I out here asking for anybody for a loan? No. Am I out here giving people credit counseling lessons? No. So what the hell does that have to do with me? Nothing. Rap's out here laughing at people, making people entertain and laughing. His mom, him and his ex might have gotten in a fight years ago. What's that matter to Rap? Is he out here advocating for domestic violence or children? No. So what does it matter? It doesn't matter. And people are going to keep going tit for tat, and it's just ridiculous. What everybody say, well, Rap's doing it. What I'll say about that is Rap's doing it as an entertainment, as funny, like not trying to out somebody. Kale's charges also doesn't mean convicted. Yes, that's right. If you got a whole bunch of the same charges, you might look at why you weren't convicted. But yeah, you're right. And before anybody says, well, you're a hypocrite about Bullhorn Betty, she's got all those charges but no convicted. Yes, but I've read the police narrative reports. And she was not in court and found not guilty. All the charges were always dropped because I'm sure the men in her life didn't want to go to court and say, hey, this 5'2" woman beat me up. That's hard for a man to do. We said Ernie and his straw man arguments to deflect and distract. Yes, and they're not even very good ones. Happy Whatnot says, hi, Sarah Smiles Ninja. I like your name. Sub up to Sarah Smiles. She's a good, her panels are always, and Sarah has this humor that I can't explain. It's not really dry humor, but it's kind of dry humor. But it's like, she'll say something funny that, but not even like trying to be funny, but it's funny. It's just a comment that's hilarious. I don't know how to explain it, but she's funny. Agatha Bushy said, but not everyone changes. The trick is to be able to distinguish, and that's difficult. Yeah. If people are out here still doing, messed up crap, my issue with Dolly having his command, why his domestic violence charges mattered, because he's using YouTube to find his victims. All these girls he finds in his chat, and then he goes and meets them. I think if he's meeting people in his chat currently, and he currently is, then people need to know how he is. Then if you want to go meet him, that's your own, go for it. As long as you know what you're getting into. It was the people who didn't know what they were getting into that I bring it up. Sarah Small says, I haven't been on a while. I've been told my humor is dry. Kel said, I agree about BHB. Too much smoke not to be fired. Yeah. I mean, every one of those charges, her DUIs she was found guilty for, but she had a pocket full of cocaine and ecstasy and scales, and it was dropped for lack of prosecution. When I called, in the information for you for that. And why would I be looking into that if somebody wants to know? Because she's out here holding herself out to be somebody she's not. That's why that is real life as I went doing that. And besides, she told everybody to check out her record. But that charge was dismissed for lack of prosecution. And the paperwork goes back so far, they didn't keep the paperwork, so there's no details about it. So, and I only just assume that her daddy has probably had ties, and I think that's how she gets her entitled attitude. Like when she wants something, she thinks she's going to get her way. She's worse than me as an only child. I think her daddy had money and got her out of a lot of bullshit, which is why she's not a good person to this day. If you work for stuff and you grow, then you're a better person if someone rescues you. Happy Not Happy said, did you hear that Andrew is supposed to get Hunter back? That'll never happen. I don't know if he said that. I'm sure he said that, but that'll never happen. That is all lies. Andrew will never get Hunter back. Absolutely not. Nope. Andrew would have to change his whole complete lifestyle, household, everything about him before that happened. And before that happens, Hunter will be 18, and Hunter doesn't want to go back to Andrew. So I don't know where you heard that, but that will never happen. Never. Mark my words right now. Nope. Andrew's blowing smoke up your ass. Andrew said he will get him back because he's almost 18. No. Hunter's got to do some juvie time for some, being stupid and doing stupid shit. So the state of Tennessee has custody right now. Hunter's going to have to get through his bullshit before Tennessee loses custody to either parent, and then it'll go to who's the better parent. And I don't know about Andrew, Allie, but Andrew doesn't have his shit together, never will. Andrew said it in prayer guard. Oh, I'm sure he did, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hunter's getting ready to be a adult. No. Andrew blew his chance of any of that when he came online smoking, drinking, smoking weed, vaping, playing his gangster music, acting a fool, refusing to work, making excuses, saying he doesn't have enough money to run his household. They're not going to put Hunter with Andrew when Andrew's on here grifting for money for his light bill. If you can't afford the kids you got, they're not going to put him in your custody. That's why they put him with Leslie. That's why Leslie had Hunter. When Allie lost him, he went to Leslie, not Andrew. There's a reason for that, because the state said no. Hunter should emancipate himself. He could, but he'd have to stay out of trouble first. You've got to prove that you're being an adult. You're staying out of trouble. You can support yourself. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. If you're still in school, you're going to school, then you can get emancipated. Costa said, would it be okay for me to cherry pick and present a few of your Andrew videos to educate some more folks? Oh yeah, anybody could use any of my videos anytime you want to without permission. The best form of flattery to me is for people to play my videos. And some people play half of them and say, here, go watch the rest on her channel so I get the view. I don't even care about that. Play my whole video. I don't care. I put them out there for people to see them. If you play them on your channel for more people to see, that's amazing. I've never understood why people strike people for playing their stuff, because if it's intentionally so they don't get a view, I can see that. But yeah, play my stuff however you want to. Agatha Misty said, one day Hunter might get on a plane. I'd be worried about that if I were Andrew. Yes. You can see I have videos, I have clips. And if I was, on the right thing, I might come back and do that tonight to show you those clips of Hunter telling Andrew Andrew told Hunter he was a mistake. Hunter hurt his feelings one day. He said, so I hurt the boy's feelings. I told him something that cut him low. He told him that he was a mistake. You are a sick fuck to ever tell your child they are a mistake. And he thought that Hunter was going to forget that, on top of all the shit that Hunter's been through before Summer went missing. Then Summer goes missing. So Hunter has all this shit before. He has all this shit with Summer. And then his dad comes along and tells him, you're a mistake. Yeah. Fuck off, Andrew. Fuck all the way off. Hunter is at a difficult age, difficult recent history, complicated family issues, poor lad, has a lot on his plate, and now in the future. Yeah. Because you've seen it, Allie wasn't much of a mother, Andrew needed guidance. And, even if Andrew would have been in Hunter's life, he wouldn't have given him the guidance that he needed. He's acted just as irresponsible as Hunter is. Is Andrew Pan? I don't even know what that means. I don't know either, but I'm going to guess he is, because Andrew said he was all things, You're welcome, Frosty. I don't know. I don't know what pan means. I mean, he said he was bisexual, and, and that's just, oh, man, what kid wants to come on the internet and hear that about their dad? I mean, Andrew, what the hell? Sarah said, well, I never forgot being told that a child, and I'll never forget about being told that. Oh my God, Sarah, I'm so sorry. I can't imagine. Voices said, I've always felt bad for Hunter. Yeah. Hunter had nobody. Yeah, he had nobody to be a positive role model. So is it any wonder that he went to the streets of the gangs? No. And Andrew, you can sit up there and play perfect parent if you want to. But if you wanted to be in your son's life, you would have been in your son's life. You knew damn well he was in Tennessee. You were friends with Allie on Facebook. You knew her whole family. You knew how to get a hold of her. Stop blowing smoke up people's ass, acting like Allie tried to hide Hunter from you. You didn't give two shits. You didn't give two shits. You had to borrow money the first time you went and seen him. You had to borrow money the second time you went and seen him. It's bullshit. Pan is an octoccult deity. Oh, I don't know if he's Pan then. I don't know. He's just a weirdo. He's just a weirdo. It used to make me so mad when his daughter would be in the background, want his attention. He'd scream at her. And I was thinking, the saddest part is that baby girl loves this idiot. That baby girl, this idiot is that baby girl's world. She loves her daddy like no other. And her daddy is nicer to the cats than he is to her. Made you sick. Andrew has a weird lifestyle. That's a fact. He's just a bum. He's just a bum, a lazy bum that's never did anything, never going to do anything. Makes excuses why he can't work. And it's fine if you don't want to work. He could be a house husband, a stay-at-home dad. He sure can. But if you're not being able to make your ends meet, then you got to do what you got to do. Allegedly, A did a line of C while online. I know I heard Chris and Mama Bear seen Andrew do a line before he went on air, on his thing or something, and wipe the cocaine off the table. Now, if you trust Mama Bear and Chris's story, that's what they said. I trust him, so yeah. I wasn't there, I didn't see it. But when Andrew was confronted about it, and I have the clip, he didn't deny it, he just said, prove it. Oh, Cat Lady, I'm sorry. That little girl was so sad. Yeah, tell her to drip dry. Pansexuality means you are attracted to every gender option. Unfortunately, Andrew doesn't advocate for the community. He said he brings shame. Oh yeah, yeah. He does, and he's just vile. You know, he's just vile. The meaning is unpleasant, and he's unpleasant. Yeah, ask Mama Bear about the cocaine on the table that he had to wipe off. Oh, I better wipe off this cocaine from last night. And that's when Mama Bear and Chris had enough, you know. Long ago said there was some not so good parenting going on around them. Yep. I mean, Chris said we did witness it, and other mod witnessed it also. Yes, he did. Yep. And you know, these Chris and Mama Bear were friends to Andrew, not just a mod. They talked to him. They called him. They had his home number. They had his address. They talked to his wife. They talked to his daughter. They talked to him personally, you know, like, about things. And so it's not like they were strangers, you know. They really tried to help Andrew. He just wouldn't, you know, he's a dumbass and wouldn't take it. Every time he'd cause controversy, they'd say, you probably shouldn't do that. He didn't care. Long God said, she saw the cocaine. Jay said, I didn't know that. Was wondering where you guys went. Yeah, they just... Jade, I have a whole clip on it where Chris and Mama Bear confront Andrew about all this. Yep. And they were talking to me now why he was, you know, and they started lying about Chris. He, you know, started lying about Mama Bear for the longest time. And now he's doing weird shit with Chris by asking Don B, did you know Chris? How would Don B know Chris, and why would you care, Andrew? Hard-headed, yep. Like, Andrew would do something controversial, and they say, Andrew, don't do that. And that would make you want to do it more. You know, like a defiant child. Like, he just had to be controversial. You know, he had to be, you know. And he'll say, I told him, I said, Andrew, why did you put more attention on Hunter than if you would have not came? Now, you said you came here to take the attention off of Hunter. He'll say that he came online and showed his ass so people would pay attention to him and not Hunter, which is bullshit. It's just an excuse for being an idiot because his bullshit brought more attention to Hunter. In fact, it brought out a whole bunch of shit about Hunter and then nobody needed to know. No, I don't care. I don't care what child you are. You don't want to hear sex. You don't want to hear about your mom and dad having sex when they stay together. You sure don't want to hear about your dad having sex with other men. You don't, just creepy. You know, I was mortified when I walked in on my mom and dad one time. You know, mortified. I never, you don't want to hear about it. And here Andrew's online talking all about it. Jesus, it's just weird. The only reason he came here is he's seen a way to be a YouTube star. And then people put him on a star thinking he was something, and he wasn't. Long ago said he thought he would get him some money. He did. That's why he came, and he did get money. You know, it only takes one or two people. And Andrew found Crowfolk was their name, and Hunter, and two others, but I can't remember right now who they were. But there was 4 ladies that supported the shit out of that man. Cat Lady said, we just went through a divorce, and he said that right in court. The judge looked at me and said, full custody, no visitation, but has to pay both child support. Mom Bear said, oh, I want to be a rock star. Yeah, Hunter doesn't want to be with Andrew. Andrew can't afford the children he got. His payments, his child support now is, he pays $25 a month. He pays $20 to Hunter. No, he pays $20, I think, to the current daughter that he lives with him. No, he pays $20 to Hunter. He pays $5 for the current daughter, and none to his other 2 that are with his mother. And he thinks that's acceptable. We Frosty said, Chris has still never used information she holds to hurt Andrew. She could have easily done so many times, but rightly his children are her priority rather than attacking him to point out the score. Yes. And everything she talked, she said to me about him, she said right to Andrew's face. And it was stuff pertaining to him being online, you know, scamming. Sarah said, wow, he got sugar mamas. Not so much sugar mamas, was more like fairy grandmas. Older ladies that really cared about him and his kids and thought that he was just a poor soul that didn't get a fair shake in life. And if somebody showed him kindness, he would change. And so they wanted to help him because, you know, they cared about his daughter a lot too, you know. She broke a lot of hearts. But they thought Andrew would change if he was just shown some kindness. And he didn't. He just took advantage. He just kept wanting more and more and more and more. And, you know, and he was never grateful. It would just be mortified when he would be in chat and he'd be talking to chat and Holly would come in and he'd like, hey, Holly. And you can see like there, he was like, oh, there's my cash cow. And then the dry bag and said fisher would come on. And I'd always be like, Holly, don't do it. Holly, don't do it. I even made a clip saying that. Holly, don't you do it. Holly, don't you do it. Chris said, we Frosty walk. No matter how bad he talks about me, I won't. I will prove his lies, but I won't throw anything out there other than that. And that's the reason that he's lied about you, Chris. And that's the reason he's asking those weird questions about you, because he knows. I'm that bitch. Mama says, hold info that a lot I know about, and it's not worth it to even expose it. Right. Fairy grandmas must be cool. They were. They sent his daughter all kinds of stuff. Anytime Andrew needed money for this, that, they always helped. And you know what? I'm also probably pretty confident of. If Andrew needed his internet bill, they paid his internet bill, and then Andrew continued to say he needed money from other people. So more than one people paid the bill and refused to get a job. We Frosty said, Chris, exactly how I expect that in you, and I wish more people could see it. Yeah, people mess with Chris a lot. Chris said he wouldn't change for his own kids. Why would he change for anyone else, right? Oh, Andrew even said that. He was talking about he needed money to go down to Tennessee. And he was saying he needed $1,000. He said last time he went, he took $500. But things had gotten so expensive now, and one meal was even $20. And people brought that up to him. Yeah, and you think $20 a month for Hunter is adequate child support. His $20 a month is out of Aaron. I got a clip of this out of Andrew's own mouth. In New York, if you don't work, the bare minimum child support is $20 a month. And his exact words were, and I've been paying $20 a month since Hunter was born. So that tells me Andrew has never had a job since Hunter was born. And he was saying that he had all this contracts to do this landscaping work and this landscaping work. And everybody said, does child support know that? You know, he kind of shut up about that, but it's just, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. He didn't have a crew, but he had a crew of 5 men that he worked for and had to pay all kinds of bullshit. You know, and his mom takes care of his 2 oldest kids, and they call him Andrew. And that comes from his own brother. Well, guys, I better go. I got to get stuff done today. Thank you for coming. I'll try to go live tomorrow too, because I want to cover, or maybe later this evening, maybe. So I still want to cover the Ghost of Raps chat from last night. Yeah, that chat was not happy. We Frosty said $20 a month wouldn't even keep a kid in coats, or no, wouldn't. And he was proud of it, you know. He's like, I pay what I'm told to pay. Long God said these games and stuff he plays, did he ever think that maybe his kids might want that? Buy it for your kids instead of yourself. I have a clip of that, Long Gone, where he says he has this PlayStation and that PlayStation. Don't quote me on this system, but this system and that system and this system, and he just got that. And somebody says, well, why don't you sell that? And he's like, fuck that. Why would my kids have stuff, why can't I have stuff? Oh yeah, Barnyards tonight on a Southern Girls chat. If somebody wants to drop that, I might get ousted tonight. You got to vote for, call in to keep me in there because haters always want me out. And I usually take my medicine at night because I can't stand to cough at night. I don't know what time I fall asleep, but Long I said, yes, that's why I said it. Yeah. And even if your kids don't want to, sell it and get the money you need for whatever you need. If you don't have electricity, well, then that's a priority there. His wife had a phone. He had a phone. I do everything from my straight talk phone, and it is $55 a month. Unlimited talk, text, and data. I don't pay for internet because I use my internet here on my phone. It's included data. I don't need any of that fancy crap. I get by with $55 a month. I don't need a contract. I don't know why anybody would go for the contract. It's just not. We got bad storms coming. Oh yeah, I seen that. Like tornadoes are headed all south of me. Yeah, way. Frizz crank. Hello, already. Literally. Thanks for the reminder. Thank you, Jackie. Frizz crank says, "Hi everyone. I've been quiet. I'm not well versed on this topic." Yeah, I did. Thank you, Jackie. Cash App 4 tips. It's Cash App Friday. Yeah, it's Cash App all week. Cash App people to make the pure twats mad. Yeah, show them they don't control you. I did take down my Cash App picture because I thought it was a bit much. People who don't know me and don't know the joke would be like, this bitch. This bitch got her picture as a Cash App. And they didn't know the joke. But yeah, Fizz, I didn't think you knew. I was wondering today. I was like, people know Andrew, but yeah, I think my community kind of blends into Andrew's community. But I have tons of Andrew clips. It was first Bullhorn Betty, then Bullhorn Betty and Molly, and then it was Andrew, and then a little bit of Ernie, and a little bit of Dolly, and then a lot of Ernie, then a lot of Dolly. And since I've started going live, kind of slacked off making clips because it's hard. It's not hard, it just takes time. Andrew is out for himself. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Because Barnett, can someone drop Southern Girls chat or Southern Girls link? I thought mine was a winner. Sadly, I made less than Mama T. Yeah, I wanted to cover Mama T's too last night. Her ridiculous crap saying, "Don't want none, don't start none." Like, we look at all the shit we came out about rap. Ha ha ha, aren't we cool? Put you in your place. No, bitch, you didn't. We laughed at you. Nobody cares. It's the same old shit. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Rap's chat has grown. Y'all's has shrunk. People support rap. We have fun with rap. You all sit over there and piss and moan and bitch and whine and cry. Yeah, nobody wants to be over there. Long Gone says, Skirney is getting restless. He is. He paced back and forth before he was wanted. He's pacing back and forth now. Mama T did say Ernie was in the hospital. Ernie's in the hospital with kidneys again. I think we would know that. Ernie would go live from the hospital to get those sympathy. But this is just more of their bullshit. That little bullshit they played on his panel the other day, I really believe now that was all bullshit. But you got to ask yourself, why would you put out bullshit like that? There's people who don't know about this and think Ernie really is, So why would you do that? If Ernie's mental health is really that unstable, why would you fuck with him like that? Allegedly, yeah. Something soon is going to happen with Ernie. We hope. I mean, that'd be his best bet, but he just needs to be the stand-up Southern gentleman that he portrays to be. A good-hearted Southern gentleman would face the music, go into court and face the music. That's what I would tell any of my sons that got in trouble. Both of my boys, face the music. If you didn't do it, you go in there and give it your best shot. Take it up with court. Thanks, Agatha Misty. You don't run from your bullshit. All of these court shit that Ernie and everybody's bringing up, well, what it did show is people did their time. Nobody was a fugitive. Well, I guess I can't say that about that because I guess rap could possibly say that he didn't do his time. But we heard Wichita say it was nothing they were going to go looking for him for in their own city. So, okay, guys, I better go. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you all for coming. Oh yeah, definitely go see White Rabbit. White Rabbit's channel is awesome. She's the calm in all this storm. John Roberts says, I don't have any time to serve. Yeah. It's just an allegation at that point. But Rep, the biggest thing is nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. I made the mistake today of saying on panel that nobody cares if you kidnap kids. It was a joke and people took it wrong. But it was a joke, meaning nobody gives a shit. What happened 30 years? Nobody, a year ago. Nobody. And if you think they do, but what they're hoping is people will say, oh my God, did you see what Nicolina brought out about rap? Oh my God, we're going to go unsub right now. And we were all going to run over and unsub. And rap was going to be left in the dust with no subs. And they would be sitting there going, whoa, ha, 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 ha. See how powerful we are, rap? We brought you down. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And if you think it's going to happen, you're ridiculous. Mama T saying, see, rap, you don't want none, don't start none. Stupid. You didn't bring nothing out. You didn't do anything. You didn't harm anybody. They laugh at you. We laugh at you. And in that chat, the Ghost of Raps chat that I wanted to show today that I'll do later, boy, they were sure pissy about the Izzy thing. Yep. They were all, cocky about that. I'm kind of worried about Sapphire. Sapphire and Traders seem to have it really out for rap, like vindictive, like bad, like not healthy wise, evil. Fish Creek says, I didn't kidnap y'all's kids. I promise, silly bitches over there. Right. It was a joke. I mean, Southern Girl's a serial killer. At this point, nobody cares. Nobody cares if Southern Girl's a serial killer. She brought ducks into this life, and that was a bad thing. They talk shit on that. Mom T calling her people to her panel like she's some kind of badass. I know. It's not like, she has an intercom to these people. Come over here. Bitch, make an appointment. If you want me on your panel, where my email is. Hook me up with an appointment. And then you're not going to talk to me like shit. I'll just leave. I don't need to be there. Okay, sure. Okay, then at Magna. What did Magna say? My other account was taken down. Magna, yes, I'm real. Yeah, never know. People are weird. Not that lady today. I hope I sure didn't offend her too much, but I just got to shake my head. I know educated women I respect highly and I know are educated have fallen for Ernie's shit. And I just don't understand. It's not the real MAGA. Okay. I just don't understand how you wouldn't at least get a little red flag up and go, Jackie Blue said, refresh AI, I've seen that. Looks like she's trying to scam again using a scammer to do it. Oh, about Tomori. See, I wasn't around for all that. I seen bits and pieces of it, She said, I'm just sick of all these people. I am too, Ashley. They're never going to go away, though. They're never going to go away. The best we could do is use them as entertainment and make fun of them. Because they're not going to go away, so let's just joke on them. That's what Rap's chat does. That's what my chat does. I'm lost people. I don't know what you're asking me. I saw Andrew, and I thought I would stop by. Well, MAGA, in case you don't know the other MAGA, Ernie's girlfriend was MAGA. So people probably think someone's trying to portray the fake MAGA or put you as MAGA or something, and they don't mean anything by it. It's just hard to explain if you don't know. MAGA, if you don't know what we're talking about, then you obviously aren't the real MAGA. Yeah, just ignore us. It's all complicated. We Frosty said, I'm waiting for a second tip. It won't go well. So is anybody over on? I'll probably my live will probably just end because my battery's going to die and I won't shut up. But is anybody over on TikTok alerting people about Tomori? What's Ghost of Rap? Is that a channel? Yes, there's a channel called Ghost of Rap. And what they do is they just stream. They stream rap without any commentary. It's a burner channel. It's the Trigger Twats burner channel because they don't care if they get struck. It's just a burner channel. And they go in there and they stream rap. But what's funny is when they're streaming rap, the chat is down there just being all kinds of Trigger Twat behavior. Seething. And seething is the right word. Seething. Oh, I hate him. I hate how much money he gets. And it's funny. And now the dogs are going to bark. So, okay, guys, I'm going to really go now. Traders and Sapphires has surprised me. I never thought they would say. I didn't really know him that much. Fizz, but we Frosty. No name was his name. Some people have tried causes she is being crafty with umpteen channels. Oh, probably, yeah. Well, it's sure that made a lot of money for her, you know. I couldn't hold my head up. Stop it, you two. You're gonna get the dog pound called on me. Yeah, they were talking big shit about me the other night. Oh yeah, Ashley, they were. Yeah, I have that. Oh my gosh, she ordered a rapture. Does Benny know? I don't think Benny's that petty. If Queen Ashley's a good mod for him, he ain't gonna give a shit if he orders a, like they were gonna cause drama. But they're just weird, you know. And Nicolita sure tried her best to get Benny to talk shit about me when he was on her panel, and he didn't, you know. So I gotta say that about Benny. She wanted him to, but he didn't. So, okay, guys, I gotta go. I love you. Bye. Quit.